Bears, bears, and other stuff. Howdy. I decided to lower the background setting to allow me to stand out a little more, but I seem to do it more on my head. My chromist of domist must correct this. How? Why? Other question. Ah, yes, good. Good, good. Welcome back to Low Energy Videos, where I am in the increasingly more darker void that is this world, or this background. It's all good. Today we are going to go down a road often looked at in some scholarly circles. You can see I am definitely a member of many a scholarly circle. For we will be looking at videos. Videos of many things. Won't that be fun? It better. I got a few things today. We're gonna look at that new Chris Chan video. And we're also gonna look at some incels. As well as Walter's stuff. Won't just be Walter. We're gonna look at bears. Not the homosexual type, though possibly some are. But as no one other than bears speak bear language, it's kind of hard to tell. A bear dar, you know, get some bear dar up here. Also, I'm going to be streaming for about maybe 2-3 hours. The same as yesterday. But if you didn't catch yesterday's stream, silly. I will correct this for you now. What we are going to see is we are going to see a series of shillings from my end and updates. Number one, my phone is fucked if you don't already know. I am buying a new one on Wednesday. That should fix some of the issues. Number two. Oh, and as a result, no Twitch until then. I won't be able to read the chat. Number two. Waterford was a lot of fun, but kind of made me stop and realize certain things about my life. I've been spending money, or rather not spending it correctly, towards particular goals. Most obvious being the stream goal above me. Isn't that a nice stream goal? Look how much blue it is. Get it more. And if we get enough for the flight, I will go on my birthday, because I don't have anything planned for my birthday now, and I had to cancel Galway. I will go and get a bathtub full of beer and live stream out of it. Yay! On top of that, on Wednesday, Mango Jones will be joining us for a very drunken, fun time. I think she needs it. She's had a bit of a rough week. Wondering about gaming, that'll be back as soon as I get my hands on, well, the ability to game. But until then, we have this, and also, you can tell I haven't had my coffee yet. It's just been sitting there cooling down. Also, Bearded Ramblings is back. It will return on the 5th. It looks like we're going to have Magicus and Luna Da Vinci on. That should be a good laugh. I think we also should be seeing Favorite Son returning in December. That's a while off yet. Yeah, it's basically the gist of it. Restart playing music at the opening of this. I used to do that. Just the lo-fi beats. Pop on some lo-fi copyright-free beats. No, it's not lo-fi, but I call it lo-fi. Lo-fi. Not lo-fi. It's lo-fi. Lo-fi bear. All right. So, what have I been up to? Well, since yesterday I went to sleep. Pretty early night. I'm okay with that. Pretty early morning. Second of all, I did a bit of cleaning up around here. Not quite done yet, but yeah. I was up so early, I grabbed the binman and managed to get the stuff in. I also went and did my first set of weights. Very happy with that. 3 sets of 10. Very nice, 60 per day. Next week, I'll raise it by 5. My eventual goal is to do 100 reps a week. Well, a day. Sorry, my bad. A week. Much more manageable. Why does it keep going to top chat? Live chat. Thank you. Also, a big problem with mine was that I'd constantly stop every once in a while to do other things, and I shouldn't be doing that. It's a cop-out. My arms are sore, and I like that. I like that they're sore. It's weird to say. I didn't know I had that much of a switch in me. Wait until some people show up. Oh, the watch party has been moved till Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. So be sure to tune in over on Twitch. We should be back streaming on Twitch at that point. Tune in for that. Go and subscribe, and then you'll be able to join our watch party on the Discord. You should join anyway. Also, don't forget Blue Skies and Twitter, or X, as a loser who thinks I'm going to call it X calls it. It is Twitter. It will remain Twitter. And now that Elon's eyeing up Wikipedia, it's probably going to outlive him. He's starting his own crypto thing off. It's called like X Books or something like that. And the other way I know that is because the website's full of ads. So many ads. And so many bots. One in particular by the name of Hannah has followed me like 8 times, all with the same account name, the same account profile. I blocked them, I blocked them, I blocked them, I blocked them, I blocked them. Nothing ever happens. Eventually, statistically, the bot will get called out, but until then, eh. Public. So today, I'd very much like you guys, same as last time. I have a stream goal, personal goal for finances. That's 5. Anyone couldn't throw me money. €5 would be grand. But okay, we actually gotta open with this. I didn't see this. This is one of the most important things to open up with. That was weird. So I've shown these before. Tato crisps, Tato cheese. Tato crisps is a kind of a big deal over here. This man might actually secretly, or not so secretly, control the government. Tato crisps are pretty mid, to be entirely honest with you. Are they bad? No, not bad. Occasions are nice. The lentils are surprisingly good. Cheese tastics are crap. Hunky dories, the cheese and onion ones are nice. Their default stuff? Hell yeah. Well, mostly just because they're okay. Out of all them, probably the... Wait, all of them? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot here that I wouldn't jump out of to see. I used to love Burger Bites as a kid. That stuff gets stuck in your gums so much. Skips are amazing, but they're only licensed to use skips. They didn't create them. Rancheroos could be great if you are drinking cider, oddly enough. Don't ask me why. Meanies, yeah. Chickadees, yeah, they're standards. Wheelies, haven't had wheelies in years. None of that matters though, because this is the ultimate thing that they make. The tie rings. Tie rings have no right to be as nice as they are. They're all sweet and sour and savory and yeah. Hot lips are really nice. They don't live up to their thing. But these are the new stuff, and of course the Banshee bones. Those stuff mess with your fingers really bad. I don't know how else to describe it. And I don't think I've had any of these yet, but they're meant to be super crunchy. So, and their popcorn is the cheapest popcorn to get. Are they nice? Eh, whatever. Point is, Tato controls the snacks of Ireland. There are other brands. We got English brands, and of course we have King Crisps, aka the great fight in pubs. Which are superior, the King Crisps or the or Tato? King or Tato crisps? There you go. Personally, Tato because they just have more variety. Well, I'd like to try these gold standards. See what the big deal about that is. Proudly made in Wexford. Okay, cool. Glad that people are local Irish people are having jobs. What is? Show me how the potato is made. Yes!
First of all, every kind of potato from
Oh god, she sounds so... His hair! Oh my god, he's one of the Three Stooges! Sounds really out of breath too.
Pounds of stones and tons of them hopping and rolling their way towards the bag of crisps.
Bag of crisps.
Into that long hole in the floor where rushing water carries them under the ground and into the factory.
That's called the potato hole.
Up they go in the moving belt to be washed. The stones and earth are cleaned away.
I love the sexy sort of 70s exploitation music playing while we're watching a bunch of potatoes get turned into crisps. Some Italian spy thriller.
What? Another wash? Looks like it, but no. The swirling cold water is soaking all the starchy food out of the slices.
Yep.
Do you know what starch is? I guess you didn't. Well, ask your parents or your teacher. It's very important. And there it's all left behind while the slices move on.
Wow, you taught us a lot about starch. Go ask your mother. What's starch? Why would you ask that?
Into the cooker, where it's nearly 3 times hotter than boiling water. Out they come, boiling, gurgling, bubbling in oil of sunflower seed from Russia. All a golden brown.
Russian sunflower seed, the West truly fell. How the heck? I wonder if that was like a part of some wider Soviet, like KGB infiltration. Operation Sputnik.
But these are cheese and onion crisps. So sprinkle a mixture of salt and onion and cheese to flavor them.
Using only the finest of chemicals.
And it's the last left. They're on their way to the cellophane bag.
The cellophane bag, huh?
About 1 ounce of crisp for every bag.
I want some go-go girls dancing in the background to this.
And the bag is cut.
Little short shorts.
And then it is sealed all at the same time.
How small the bags were compared to today. And there was no air, so you got all crisps. They probably got more crisps than they do today. Fuck you, Lay's. Fuck you.
And then they are packed, ready to go to the shops.
The shops and the pubs, and mostly the pubs where people will eat them instead of having a proper meal.
700 bags of crisps every minute. 600.
Oh, come on, don't cut them off there. Don't cut them off there. I want to know more about the potatoes. Well, if that was the last video I ever made, it would be both educational, informative, and fun. Now, let's go on to some goddamn, not incel, but you know what we're watching afterwards. First, I want to see my goddamn bears. This is something that was doing the rounds not too long ago, so you've probably seen it. But still, it's important that we watch it for posterity. Much like the bear and its large ass.
Paul High is working the graveyard shift. When he comes face to face with a 500-pound black bear.
Why is the bear gotta be black, yo?
My way to go change the outside trash, and I was walking towards our automatic door, and it opened.
I was thinking of grabbing a cheeky joint around side and thinking about what the hell I'm doing with my life.
And then I seen him try to come in, so I stepped towards him, and then he comes into the store, kind of lunges at me.
And they're working in this
Bear. Look at him. Look at the bear. Look at the bear. Do you see the bear? It is like a big ball of death, but it's so soft. You want to hug it, but don't hug it because that will kill you. Because it's a bear. It is looking for food. It probably does not want to kill you, but it will steal the food that you have. And it will think that the easiest way to steal it is to kill you. So it will do a bear thing at you, and then you will be killed by bear. How many people die by bear each year?
Given Paul plenty of bear handling experience. This time
Bear
They have
necessities.
to run him off at least once or twice a night out of the parking lot. Never out of the store, though. I was just trying to get him out. That way he didn't, trash the whole place.
in this bear's behavior,
Mark is bear territory.
is making that much easier said than done.
Get the store gun.
My whole train of thought changed, and I was just like, yeah, you can have whatever you want, man. Take it and go.
Yeah, the bear. Wow, that's how quickly the animals could overwhelm us if they only unified. Just think about that. How quickly the bears would just kill us all. Because most people aren't gonna fuck it with a bear. Why would they fuck with a bear? It's a bear. How many times I could say bear?
Fortunately, there's one item in particular that looks a little tastier than Paul.
He actually grabs a bag of Snickers and leaves.
Yeah.
But the bag of candy bars isn't
Snicker bars.
on another night.
Oh my god, someone get like Bear Patrol out.
Graveyard guy, his name is Dave. Apparently that night the bear laid down on the floor and ate a whole box of Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
Even after the sweet feast, Paul's coworker has a much more difficult time getting the bear out of the store.
Yeah, because it knows you're not a threat.
When authorities arrive, the bear finally acquiesces.
It understands what a cop is. And remember, it is a black bear.
One more snack.
Cheeky bear bastard.
The spontaneous visits stop after the California Department of Fish and Wildlife capture the bear and release him somewhere far away.
Canada, where it's their problem.
Cranky customer for Paul and his coworkers to bear with.
Bear puns.
Description to get bears out of the store when I was hired. That was not part of the deal.
Bear. Why is Dave the one not getting interviewed, seeing that he had a much bigger time of it? Like, did they try it and he's like, oh no man, you're gonna steal my information? Or, I can't be on camera without disclosing, and then they'll disclose something that's just like redacted. They just want to talk about the bear. Oh, look how round it is. Bears, the body is round. If anyone donates tonight, the classic
The body is round.
will play.
This is a test donation for 10 euros.
I almost wanted to kind of like zoom in close to the bear instead of like keep the body as round, but find like some footage of a bear and it's just slowly panning in towards the bear. The body is round. Bear. I love you, bear. More bears. We will get to incels soon. Aw, yuck. Bear do not give a fuck. Where is this? Drew Hammond. That's not the place, that's where it is. We'll get to the incels. We'll get from bears to incels. Maybe then we'll go over to otters. Tweaks. So, the bear's just enjoying the view, is it? Oh, no. Oh my god, I want to hug him. Please let me hug you, bear, without killing me. I will give you much Snickers. I'll even give you Moro bars. Give me a few. I want a Moro bar. That must be kind of terrifying for the... Oh god. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. He's a big shaggy coat boy. Oh my god. Oh, I thought like they were just fishing. He's clearly like filming the bears. And one of the bears just came down to, well, chillax. But he pans over and look at all the bears. I would be so freaking out. Between how massive they are and the fact that I'm not a moron and know that they're not pets. I mean, you could in theory have a pet bear. I don't know how well that would do. Probably wouldn't. Don't try. Some guy in Florida right now is like, fuck tigers, I'm gonna get some bears. And he dies. From bears. At least they're kind of skittish. Bears aren't used to anything roughly their own size other than deer. So, yeah, that's a lot of bears though. There's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, nearly 20 bears? Fuck's sake. We will return to bears later. Bears are our friends. A distant friend. This guy, however, has no friends. I think I watched Xenoshot a long time ago, and if I'm right, this guy... Oh, I don't want to put anything on him that he might not deserve. Entitled woman, creepy man gets rejected by 17-year-old. I'm okay with him showing off this shit, but he's constantly like, entitled woman demands. Street performer. Oh, I remember her, yeah. Girl cries and mental breakdown out of being called a lady. Woman needs to be arrested immediately. Entitled brat. Is arrested. Oh, we watched that one. Oh, mukbangs. Not a big fan of mukbangs. Unhinged woman. Creepy man. Oh god, we need to look at the sniffer. We need to look at the sniffer. You see, it's just, I don't know, like, I get a vibe. I remember watching this one. Child support isn't my responsibility. Sometimes I think maybe he's kind of biased.
We don't want to roll down the windows to pay the ticket because he's following us around the parking structure.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at a video that...
He sounds a bit like Critical, doesn't he? He sounds a bit like Charlie. What's up, everyone?
went viral earlier this week over on...
He looks... And this guy looks like E. Miles Chong. He looks so pathetic. Oh my god.
As you guys know, we like to take a look at...
Is he on the spectrum?
...this channel, and I think creep is the perfect word to describe the subject of today's video. A guy we met at the bar wanted to come home with us and didn't take no for an answer. And this has to be one of the weirdest and most bizarre creep encounters I've seen. This guy just flat out refuses to be rejected, going so far as...
You see, it's the joke from The Simpsons, you know, if I don't see it, it's not illegal. You know, he thinks that, like, if he just constantly denies that he's being rejected, then it won't be soul-breakingly humiliating. Not realizing that it would go from kind of rejected and a little bit sad, a little bit lame, a little bit, oh, darn it, I tried and I failed. Instead, this guy's got to be more like, no, I'm going to keep digging my own grave. Let's watch.
...to follow follow them to their car and then stare at them.
Jesus.
Without further ado, let's just get right into the video.
No, I believe you 100%, but
Guy we met at a bar wanting to come home with us and to take no for an answer.
What's wrong with going home? If the Uber takes you home, you're safe.
I had a bad,
Sounds.
it's embarrassing. I had a bad argument with my girlfriend.
a what?
I had a bad argument with my girlfriend.
I had a bad argument with my girlfriend.
Okay, well we called
He
you.
sounds really mumbly. You think maybe he's like desperately taking notes from like Roosh V and people like that?
I don't want to like go home to her because she's gonna be.
Oh, you guys live together?
Yeah. Like,
Well, then you can stay out for a minute.
she's gonna like try to like fuck me up. You know.
Okay,
she's
then you
gonna
don't
put
need to
me
go
in jail.
home.
Like,
Back
she's
And
in
go to
jail?
the police.
Yeah. Like.
So you were in jail. And we're supposed to trust you immediately.
No, but like she's like put me in jail.
Get
I
away.
forget what that means.
She put me in
Your
jail.
Uber.
Get the squidgy bottle and just start spraying it in his face. Like, go on. Don't feed them.
Jorge is gonna be picking you up. You
No,
should
can I
go.
tell you something?
Jorge.
She put me in jail for like 2 days.
Oh my god, this guy, something's wrong with him.
It was domestic abuse.
So you hit her.
So far, there's absolutely nothing this guy is doing or saying that would make anyone feel even remotely safe near him, let alone safe enough to let him into your car and then in your house. Like, imagine following a couple strangers from the bar into an empty parking garage, telling them about
no,
your
that's just-
recent domestic abuse jail
This is
stint,
a couple
and
of strangers,
expecting
couple of women.
strangers to willingly invite you over to their place. You know, there's no problem there, no red flags, just hop right in. From the sound of it, the person recording was also nice enough to call this guy an Uber when she had no obligation at all to do so, so just take the Uber and call it a night.
So what'd you do?
She had bruises on her from sex.
So you hit her from
No,
what?
From sex.
Oh my god.
It was from sex.
Oh my
I did not hit her. I did not.
Uber, Jorge, we called you. Is gonna be here in 5 minutes. You should head
No, but
up.
I'm saying like.
No, you're not getting in.
With a closed hand.
Oh, do you remember? I know.
But it,
Right now, there's probably no one really watching. If you are, don't lurk. Say hi. So far, no one's really showing up. I have a feeling it might be one of those nights. But if you are lurking, to say hi, so I know who's watching. There was that guy, that Indian guy in Hong Kong a few weeks ago, about a month or two ago, who was literally starting to like fondle and press up against this woman in the middle of the street as she was recording, and she was like begging him to stop until eventually someone saw him. I was like, hey, what the hell you think you're doing? He got arrested, by the way, that guy. He worked in an Indian restaurant around the corner, and he already had prior sexual assault claims on him.
Oh my god. Okay. Like I said, it was really nice.
Ladies,
meeting
do you have your mace?
We called you an Uber. We're not forcing you to get home drunk. Like, literally, you should head up before like I'm gonna have to call the cops, because now it's like harassment. We called you an Uber. I appreciate the drinks. You should head up.
Where should I go?
You should head up.
The bridge and jump off it. It's not her problem.
They're in a red.
Go and join the army.
To them.
Go off into the Middle East and step on a landmine. It doesn't matter. Just don't be around here. Find Xenu. It really doesn't matter. But you being in this position is not what they want.
What is she gonna do? I'm telling you no. This is my car. No, you okay, I don't know you. I don't care. I don't care. It's been like 20 minutes at this point. We called you an Uber. Please leave.
Here, probably.
They're almost here. Go for
Know what
it.
I'd get in the car and just start like driving over him. I got this fucking reverse, and if he doesn't move, he's getting under it. We'll just drive off, keep on going. Fuck it. I'll take my chances in court.
Literally. I don't care. I'm gonna get in the car. Please leave. Leave. Now.
Can I ask you something?
I don't care. Leave.
why does this guy look like he's on the verge of tears? He looks
'Cause
like
he
he's about
probably
to
is.
start crying. I don't know about you guys, but this is the moment when I'd be getting into the car and locking the doors, because when some drunk creep starts getting emotional, you don't know what's gonna happen. You'd be surprised.
I'm gonna get in
Yeah,
the
this is
car.
why a lot of women are trained to kind of like grin and just smile all the time. It's because they're terrified at a moment's notice a guy's just gonna try to snap their neck, especially if they're rejected. Because, you know, they hear all these horror stories and they often have to experience horror stories. And usually the more scummier they are, the more they're wily of how women try to like deflect them. I said yesterday about that. I should make it bigger. I said yesterday about that guy who that number you can give to a guy at a bar, and it's like a recorded message saying that you have reached a number. Hold on. I won't actually hear the exact code. Number you give to a guy who you don't want to know your real number. Recording. Nope. Fake prank numbers. Oh, here it is. The Mary Sue. Yeah. The Mary Sue rejection hotline. So this is what happens when you get this number.
Oh, hello there. If you're hearing this message, you've made a woman feel unsafe and or disrespected. Please learn to take no for an answer and respect women's emotional and physical autonomy. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. I remember that one. And there's a few of them like that. Hall and Oates. A Hall and Oates. You get the caller to pick the classic Hall and Oates song. Rejection hotline explains to the individual why the given number is not into them. Easter egg hotline finish with the first God of Wars. By the God, you've done it. The loser line. A Seattle radio station phone number that reject people call in, leave a message. Recorded messages. Oh, I remember hearing about this one. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The loser line. And they'd all get all these different calls, like recordings, and then they'll play them back.
Please leave.
I'm surprised the two people recording this have even stayed there as long as they
Yeah.
have, because you don't have to be this nice to some dude who follows you into an empty parking garage.
You don't have to be nice to a
I don't
dude.
give a fuck. It's gonna escalate. Leave. Leave right now. I'm getting in the car. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You're making it worse. Leave. I don't care. Can you leave? You're making
Wow. Wow. It really does get worse.
it worse. Annie, get in. Annie, get in. Annie, get in the fucking car.
I am look at this. Drive away! If you run over his toes, so be it!
point, if I'm these people, I'm calling the cops immediately. This is serial killer behavior here. But yeah, I guess this guy just resorts to staring at them menacingly. Like, I don't know what you're
jail and for assaulting your partner, you say?
hoping to achieve here besides coming across as an absolute creep and ending up on a watch list. I don't get it. Does he think these women are just gonna suddenly change their mind as he's staring at them with that blank expression? Is he trying to
Acid
hypnotize
face.
them? This is bizarre.
You guys are still parked right next to the,
So fucking weird. Mace him. Taser him. Fire a warning shot. Actually, that would no boogie.
I mean, just
Plug his leg.
dead cold stare in his eyes. Not a single word being spoken. If this video isn't enough to convince you to carry around some pepper spray, I don't know what will. Having a firearm wouldn't be a bad idea either. I know those are legal in the US. There's really no knowing what this guy's intentions even are at this point, because it's
I don't think he knows either.
These people want nothing to do with him. In this situation, you just gotta slam on the gas and leave this dude in the dust. You gotta get the hell out of there before you end up on True Crime Daily. Now, there is a follow-up video I managed to find, and apparently he tried opening their door and forcing himself into their car.
The parking structure? Hello?
Jesus. And why does he stand there?
Yes,
We're calling the cops on you.
And this guy is following us, and we cannot, like...
We don't want to roll down the windows to pay the ticket because he's following us around the parking structure.
And he wasn't just like knocking on the window and stuff. Like, he was trying to open our door. Like, he was knocking on the window and he was opening our door. And then we went on the phone with the dispatcher. We went over to back to the meter, so the police can be easily find us. And when we parked, I guess the car door, the car locks, unlocked for some reason, and he actually opened the door. I used all my strength and I closed it.
Oh my god. And you know what else? Like, he must realize the police were on their way. Like, did he not realize that he had to run now at this point? Did his brain not, does his brain not work good, no? Too full of silly dumb thoughts?
Finally, the police came, and they took our IDs and they let us drive home, and he actually got arrested. So, yeah.
And I think that's the best possible ending.
I want.
Got here. Thankfully,
what I want to know.
Armed and this guy is in custody, because you can't be doing this. I mean,
what happened to him?
This guy shot his shot.
Like, for all I know is that he was just let out the next day, going, "Don't be weird around kids." Oh, I didn't do it around kids. See, you're already making progress.
And well, if you get rejected, the last
mouth-breathing motherfucker over here.
Someone to their car and then staring at them like a creep. But yeah, let me know in the comments.
And he really looks like Ian Miles Chong with his, especially his lips. He looks so hangdog and broken, and I just want him to be chased by a bunch of pit bulls down the street. They don't have to catch him, but they can drive him away. Let's keep going.
And then you have the audacity to tell me to get out of a gym that I have a right to use? 17 is legal.
So one of the biggest
17. Oh, that's how you want to open these arguments. 17 is legal. Some of those things I wanted that guy to happen to might have been legal as well. You could have made the argument. Is it good? Is it moral?
on social media this past year has been exposing creepy guys at the gym. And I say creepy sarcastically because 99% of the time these guys aren't creepy and are usually just minding their own business.
Yeah, there was a big backlash for a lot of those women because they would often be like filming without saying, hey, is it okay if I film around you guys while I do my Instagram and TikTok stuff? And most guys would probably be like, yeah. And then, you know, maybe they'd just be looking at her like for a few seconds and keep on going. Because, you know, there's a camera there. Or maybe she's got a nice fucking ass. You can look. It's very different from what's going to happen here. But, and before you say no one looks at each other in the fucking gym, are you high? Because they do. A lot. It comes with the territory. It's one of the unspoken perks of the job. Being in the gym is just looking at usually very attractive people in skimpy outfits. Yeah. I mean, you're busy focusing on many other things, but you're going to occasionally glance. You're going to see a butt. Point out that it's a nice butt. Then you're going to go back to, oh my god, everything on me is fire right now, and I want to die. But yeah, the Instagram ones would like push it to 11. It would be insane. But this guy, and they'd often get yelled at by the community. Like the community they're in, their own communities would often turn on them, and the what do you call them? The gyms themselves would be like, we've got a new policy. No, you can't film in this place. Or some would also even, like, you didn't even have to look at them and then start drama. Remember I saw one footage of this girl, like, doing her workout, and all the guys weren't, like, paying a single ounce of interest in her. I don't know, maybe she went to a gay gym or something like that. And sure enough, she's like, can you believe all the interest I was getting, all the looks? They were looking at me like a piece of meat. They were watching the TV. They were wondering like, will I be able to fit in to the suit for the wedding at the end of the month? You know, they're thinking like gym stuff.
Glancing for 1 second in the direction of some of these TikTok clout chasing mouth breathers is enough to have an entire exposed video made on you. But the point is that a lot of these creep videos are usually insanely exaggerated and are desperate attempts at getting
But there are.
attention. But today we're going to be taking a look at the opposite. This is without a doubt the creepiest man I've ever seen in one of these gym videos who attempts to hit on a 17-year-old girl, gets rejected, and loses his mind. But without further ado, let's take a look.
You're just not nice. You're not a nice person.
I'm not a nice.
You're not a nice person. Andrew Tate said I'm an alpha. I'm a Giga Chad. I bought all the sunglasses.
Nice person when you try and come on to me while I'm working out after I tell you I'm 17. Are you out of your fucking mind? And then you have the audacity to tell me to get out of a gym that I have a right to use?
So this is where the video starts off, right in the middle of this strange
Where's the manager?
The first thing you could hear this guy say is, you're just not a nice person.
Not nice. You're not a nice person.
And the
You're
context
not a
of that
nice
is that he
person.
gave her a compliment, asked her out, she's not into him, and now she's rejecting him, which he doesn't seem to be taking all that.
I can't remember I actually came close on the trip up in Waterford to just actually old school flirting with somebody. Started with a compliment, I ended it with a compliment. I never went further than that. Why? I was with a friend, but also I didn't. I was too scared. I may forget actually how to hit on people in bars and restaurants and stuff like that, and clubs and shit. And actually, clubs, never mind. You don't have to worry about. I like your dress. Thanks. You want a blowjob? Yeah. What? There. That's the long and short of it. I always remember I was at a gig once and this girl tugged my arm, pulled me close and started screaming something at me, grinning ear to ear. I was like, She must have done it like 5 times. I reached for my phone and sure enough my phone's battery was dead. Oh, God. I am always bound to the crowd. You know what? When I get a new phone next year, a really good one, I'm just going to look for the best battery out there. One that lasts like 57 hours without charging. Real quick. Best phone battery life. Samsung Galaxy S20. How much that could have sent me back? 300 quid, and it's refurbished, which that defeats the purpose of it. I want it fresh. 500. About 400. That's... yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. What makes it... more than 20 hours of web browsing. Not terrible, I guess. When we hit this, 2 to 3 days with moderate uses. Alright. Neat. Well, something like that then. When I come back from America, I won't have anything else planned. I said that, ironically enough, this year.
Well, and right off the bat, you could tell it's almost as if he has...
Next time a girl screams in my ear and I bring out my phone to translate it.
That automatically means she owes him something, owes him a date, which is pretty much the essential nice guy incel mindset you hear about online playing out in real life. You know, she rejected him after that compliment, so she must be an awful person, right? Lastly, it sounds like one of the reasons she rejected him is because she's also 17 years old and he doesn't seem to care about...
She's also not obligated to accept him as a rule. Like, if these other things happened, she could still turn around and go, nah, why not? Not feeling it. Or, I'm in a relationship. Or, I'm gay. Or, you're not my type. Or, I'm on my period and I feel really gassy right now. Or, I'm bathed in sweat from a workout and I feel so fucking disgusting and I don't want to talk to anyone. Or, I'm focusing on my job right now. Or, I'm about to move. Or, I've got 6 months to live. Or, I am going to eat so much fucking pizza over the next month, I will not have time to stick anything else in my mouth. The choices are limitless. Limitless.
about that at all, which I think we can all agree on is pretty fucking weird.
And then you have the audacity to tell me to get out of a gym that I have a right to use?
17 is legal. I never said...
Get your head out of your ass and don't speak to me that way. Don't put your finger at me.
Respect older people.
Oh, respect older people. So when it comes
no,
to
not respect older people. Mock and shame older people. So we can convince them to kill themselves faster, so they can make moves for the better one. Bad older person, you are wasting resources. There could be a nice young interracial gay couple that could take over your spot. Why don't you go now? Yes.
18 is legal. Respect older people. Yeah, this guy's a fucking weirdo. I don't know how you could bring up respect when you're clearly interrupting this person's workout and are refusing to get rejected. Now, I'm all for shooting your shot and trying to start a conversation with a stranger you're interested in, as much as it's...
I am such a low burn, like a slow burn, when it comes down to trying to hit on people like that, that I really, like... no one would even realize I'm hitting on them at first. We need to have like 7 or 8 different conversations till eventually they're like, oh, okay. Nah. The difference is I'll take that because they're like, why? I think he's cool anyway. I don't want to make it weird between us. Compared to, not only is he not cool, he's not getting laid, so he doubles down with it, with the failure. And yes, that technically would count as a friend zone. Great, I got a friend. What the fuck's wrong with that? Again, that I haven't really hit on anyone in a long while. I am in no position right now to do that.
Even discouraged nowadays, but there's a way of going about it in a non-creepy and casual way, and this is
Next year. I think I
definitely
might start
when
looking
you're at
into
the
a
point
gym
where a girl is
membership.
yelling at you, clearly uncomfortable, and even recording a video. You've done something seriously wrong. And I mean, it sounds like pretty much everything coming out of this guy's mouth is creepy.
Respect older people.
Oh, respect older people.
Yes,
So when it comes to going on a date with me, you're not that old, but now I have to respect you?
I just said, let's go out normally, like normal.
I don't want to go out with you.
Okay.
Especially after you tell me to get the fuck out of a gym that I have a right to use.
Because you told me, oh, don't approach them. Who are you to tell me that?
Who are you to come on to me? And I feel like you have a right to come on to me.
This is useless. Go home.
This is.
Go home. Go home.
Yeah, you go home.
Oh, boom! You hear that? I didn't need to see his face. I know. He was like, this is useless. This is useless. I could hear it. Oh my God. Oh, this is why you basically need him just to have these. You just need, I don't know, the fucking gym manager to go, you out. Yeah, you leave. You leave now, little girl. Go back to mommy. No. You. What? You're all woke. You're all wokes.
For rejecting
Simps!
me because you're clearly a terrible person. How could you reject me? So the pot has boiled over and this dude has officially lost his mind. Probably holding in some tears, shitting his pants a little since this is being recorded and was posted on TikTok where it got.
Honestly, what I wouldn't give for if people were watching up to now, as he did that, he just got hit in the face with something. If you saw that footage of that Israeli live streamer who was taking questions out in public at the start of the attack into Gaza, and then someone hurled a chair at him, and he just started to sob. Kind of like that idea happening, like someone just throws a water bottle full of water right into his head. He turns around and he just sees like a sea of just faces of people like glaring disapprovingly at him. His fight or flight would kick in, and he just kind of like scuttle away. But I also like the idea of her taking care of herself, so actually I don't like any of this.
A few million views. Sadly, we can't see his face though, because I think the person recording was trying to be discreet, but this dude is sure as shit.
That dude has some hateful takes, to be honest. Starting about him right last night. Higher Raisin, what, Xenoshot, or the dude who is on the other end of this traditional mating process?
Getting banned from the gym at this point. I just find it crazy how he wants her to go home because she doesn't like him talking to her at the gym and wants to be left alone. As if he's not saying some of the creepiest shit imaginable and acting like a psycho, but that's the thing with some of these guys. I guess they just have no self-awareness.
No, they do, but they decide, you hear that, go home! It's like, yeah, it's just... But they do have self-awareness. They just actively repress it because they think if they bull themselves through it in a manly sort of way. Amir Estroni. Okay, first of all, hi, Raisin. Second of all, that's, I swear to Christ, that sounds like a fucking sandwich. Sodaklay had him on? No! The Jewish guy, Okay, you needed to clarify that. You were talking about yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Got hit by the chair. Yeah. I'm 100% okay with that. In fact, I love Dreamleaf's been posting footage of that, and it's the chair that when it touches you, you become gay. Because if you notice, like, he's got like his bodyguard next to him, and he kind of like clings him. He's like, meh, after he gets hit in the face with it, and the second it hits him, I hate his hair. I hate this man's hair so much. Hold on, it will interrupt the incels real quick, because I'm in charge of this dilapidated steamboat. Fucking steamboat. Oh. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch some Walter Fate after this. I hope you know who Russell Greer is. Where is it? You guys can't see that. That's good. Come on, Dream. You be posted up some this stuff like crazy as of late. Now I need to look at it. I can't find it. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. This isn't it, but many such cases. Anti-trans conservative busted with child sex abuse pictures on his computer. London Phelps hated Dylan Mulvaney and raged at Bud Light. Now he's been in charge of possession of child sex. And on top of that, when he was asked about it, he didn't even hide it and just said, "You'll find a lot more on my computer." And he just fucking admitted it. I love how it is. Okay. Amir Histroni. Fine, I'll just go to the source. Here it is. I don't care. I honestly don't give a fuck. Look at him. He's so scared. Look at him grabbing the man titty. And they're all shocked. It's like they don't understand that there's things called consequences. If you spout bullshit, you're going to have people dislike you. Saying that, he got hit by a blunt object. Sargon got hit by a fucking milkshake. Tonight entry into Palestine. Wait, he's 55? Right, credit where it's due. He takes good care of himself to a degree. (2010) being associated with various scandals, expressed divisive outlook as an anti-Zionist who is pro-Arab. Made comments in favor of colonialism. Against the absorption of refugees. Professor Moses Sib set himself social justice demonstration. Sounds like he's not taking shit seriously. Feminist women march against soul work is too bulky to look at. Feminist rescue a cat would rescue a cat. Cats are more graceful than feminists. Well, then fuck a cat then. Sued for slander, a feminist activist who called him a misogynist consumer of prostitution and won. Described the Gaza war as a massacre. Okay. Blamers are Jews. Jews should not stay in their homeland. It brought about public outcry. Demands to interrogate for spreading racism. Attorney General dismissed all claims. Is on trial. Well, hold on. He might be. It just sounds like he's taking shit way too jovially for. Dude is called Africans monkeys. I didn't hear that. Alright. Saying that, at least he's kind of pro. Well, he's not pro-Arab, I suppose. He just seems to be taking it all like it's all just a joke. It's all funny. But people are dying. You know, credit where it's due to at least like the fucking like Hamas supporters who are scumbags. and the fucking IDF supporters who are scumbags. At least they have a fucking stance. Braves of soldiers, they were idiots for not knowing how to avoid the draft. I don't know, it's like you play like he wants to roll the dice, and well, there you go. The chair that turns you gay. 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 I think its hair is the part that really sticks out with me. When he gets hit. It's like, look at this smugness on him, right? Oh, I've become a bloodthirsty monster as I get older. I can't wait for a bunch of neo-Nazis to start marching down the street. You guys won't see me for a while. Maybe I'm thinking I need to make some penance of when I was a lot younger. Right, let's keep going. From scumbag to scumbag, and yes, we'll watch some Russell Greer after this because you'll know who he is fairly quickly.
Go home.
Watch him fucking talk to
Go
me.
home.
When get your ass kicked out of the gym.
Lose my temper. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah?
Listen. Go home.
Do it. Do it.
Understand? Go home.
No.
Tell your daddy whoever the fuck you want to tell. Get the fuck out of here. I don't fucking. Bro, listen. I'm done with you.
Oh my God! There's pictures of him.
Talk to any of you. Yeah, you're right.
These are that.
Because you give me trouble. You give me trouble.
You gave him trouble. Yeah, this was completely your fault, of course. She was only minding her own business and doing her own workout, not talking to anyone, but I guess it was her fault at the end of the day for rejecting such a nice guy. She just
He seemed really
couldn't
nice.
appreciate how nice and a gentleman he was for complimenting her. This honestly might be the most pathetic nice guy incel mouth breather I think I've seen on the history of the channel. Just the fact that
No,
this
I've
guy
seen
has some
worse,
of the mental
but maybe on this
gymnastics to
channel.
somehow blame her is beyond pathetic.
You give me trouble. You give me trouble.
You give me trouble. Yeah, this guy's
You give me trouble after the lightest of rejections. You want to go out with me? No. Oh!
definitely not all there in the head to.
I love how these guys are like the big alpha
Someone
giga
put this guy
chads
on a
too.
fucking
Manly
watch
man.
immediately.
Like, bro, I'm not gonna talk to any of you. Yeah, you're right. Because you give me trouble. You give me trouble. Okay, this is all you do. You're not.
Why?
Get out of here. I'm not even gonna talk to you. You're invisible to me. I don't care.
Yeah?
Get
Yes, you're invisible.
the fucking manager in.
Have a nice day, buddy.
You too.
If there's ever a video that makes a good case for carrying some pepper spray, this is it. This guy genuinely sounded like an unhinged psycho towards the end there.
There's actually a
Credits to
lot
this
of
girl
footage
for
from
being a
people in
fucking
gyms
beast
getting hit on and
handling
shit.
a psycho like a
Or
boss.
attacked,
Creeps
or-
like this are an extremely rare occurrence though, so to anyone watching this, don't be put off by the idea of going to the gym. I've never seen anything like this happen in all the times I've ever been to a gym, and as long as there's other people around, this would never happen. As of right now, there isn't any follow-up to this situation, but apparently this did happen in an apartment gym, so hopefully this guy
That's
was
probably why there
arraigned
wasn't a
and
manager.
convicted for harassment. But with that said, now that we've seen a real gym creep, I want to show a couple examples of...
No, you see, this is what I mean with Xenoshot. Like, he needs to fucking save the masculine race or some shit like that. Like, fuck off, man. Don't. You could end the video there.
Anyways, it felt like anywhere I moved, he kept following me. So I recorded just in case he was.
Today we're going to be taking a look at a new species of creep that's recently been caught on footage in the wild. A new creep
2 months
variant
ago, huh?
that's known as the butt sniffer, and here is a picture of the...
He kind of looks like Vin Diesel. What? But like a really scrawny Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel after like a couple of years on chemo and cancer.
caught in
Meds.
the act of sniffing someone's crack.
Oh
So
my
basically, the story
God!
goes is that this TikToker was filming a vlogging type video for her page when she noticed a particular man that kept following her around the bookstore. And lo and behold, after setting up the camera to get a better view on what exactly this creep was doing, he was caught sniffing her crack, as well as other women in the bookstore. This guy was just going on a sniffing spree, it seems like. But the story gets even deeper deeper than that, because after...
Can I just say that sniffing is increasingly, like, that is such a almost old school. That's like having a big brown trench coat and flashing yourself. Like, sniffing seems to be a bit of a past tense almost.
After this video went viral, multiple women came out with their experiences with this same exact weirdo, and there's even separate video sightings of this dude. But without further ado, let's just get right into the video.
It's day 20 of 100 Days of Solo Dates, and today we're going to Barnes & Noble and getting Starbucks. Except I ended up being stalked and violated the entire time. So I get to Barnes & Noble and get my Starbucks. I'm super excited to look at books, but this is the area that it started. I was in this corner for a while, and I noticed a guy was staring at me through that little hole, and I couldn't tell if I was being paranoid or if he was just reading a book and he just happened to be in that little corner. Anyways, it felt like anywhere I moved, he kept following me. So I recorded just in case he was trying to say anything or do anything to me. But I definitely didn't expect him to do this.
If you get caught doing this, what even is the excuse at that point?
How is there not security cameras catching this? Like, the guard's there, he's looking up from his own phone, and he's just passing the hours before he has to go. He's looking at all the different screens, and he sees this guy outright sticking his head in some woman's ass.
Yeah, sorry, I just dropped something. Let me get my entire face out of your ass crack. Like, there's no explaining your way out of this position. It looks like he's got a whole game plan / strategy down and everything too. Slowly creep up, scan.
Making sure that he's safe and secure. He's even in like very soft shoes. He doesn't make noise.
And your surroundings, and then move in for the sniff. Truly creepy and weird stuff, and it makes you wonder how long he's been doing this for. Like, is Barnes & Noble one of his main sniffing spots? But yeah.
Why Barnes & Noble as well? Like did they now have like a just staff wondering? Oh, I know why, because there's a lot of places you could hide in. I wonder if there's like a Walmart or like a Bed Bath & Beyond.
I just can't get over how ballsy this is. Just look at him. Practically shoving his head all up in there.
He's given up on God years ago now.
So I recorded just in case he was trying to say anything or do anything to me. But I definitely didn't expect him to do this. Like, what the actual fuck? And the whole time I'm thinking I'm fine because he hasn't said anything or touched me or anything. But then you notice that he goes over and does the same thing to this girl. And he'll crouch down low.
My
and
God!
Something and then smell? I don't know. And the whole time I'm wondering why he's always around me. But this was our interaction.
Why? No, you're not. You were sniffing my ass. It's all on camera. Yours too, honey. Hey, sorry, you in the hat? Yeah, he was sniffing your ass.
So that's his excuse then. Tying his shoe. I guess he just happens to always tie his shoes specifically where women are standing in the bookstore. The laces just get magically undone wherever an ass could get sniffed. No, I don't think that
I don't think that would stop him, the whole Taco Bell sting. Because sniffers tend to like the worst things, right? After all, it's a level of patheticness. It's the Black Pill Joker logic going on. I personally think that, like, if you were to go out and do that, he would just probably slip you a 10 and say get an Indian curry next time.
But considering he's been caught,
it could be a game used to play
near other women and is on a full-on sniffing rampage. That excuse is laughably bad. I just can't help but chuckle. There's just something cartoonish and funny about this grown man stealthily sniffing around in public.
It's something you'd have seen in an anime in like a fucking the early 90s, like the perverts where they wear like the underwear on their head, you know? It's so fucking dumb. Very golden boy of him. Oh, nice reference there. You gotta love how Golden Boy. I always loved confidence in Golden Boy. You go into his area. He said he'd fuck people. He gets into shenanigans, and he ends up, if not outright getting laid, then at least the women want to fuck him.
It is still pretty fucking creepy at the
Remember the
same
girl
time.
at the end of it
He should
chasing him down the street, screaming, "If you want, you can stick it up my ass." Oh, like it does seem almost, like I said, it's like a different time. I almost want I want it to be like ankles, you know, like he's obsessed with ankles. Gams. He likes the girls' gams.
arrested immediately.
Yeah, this is like all the illegal.
I was so freaked out when I turned around and saw him literally under me, so freaking close to me. So I decided to tell the front desk.
Yeah.
He's a really creepy guy. He has like these red beads, and he's like pretending like he's tying shoes, and I think he's like smelling people. Maybe like around there. Oh, he's leaving. We'll let the manager know. And then I try to walk to my car as fast as possible because I don't want to run into him. So I'm leaving now, but I just watched the video back because I was trying to figure out what he was doing so close to me, and it freaked, like, I'm so disgusted. And
When I saw like sniffing, I honestly thought like he was gonna lean in close, like someone was gonna walk by real quickly and sniff their hair, which would be fucking weird too. But this one's so much more visceral. He might as well just like stare her right in the eye, get down on his knees, and just stick his head in between her fucking legs.
I feel like really violated, even though you didn't touch me, but it just feels really weird.
He ethereally touched you.
To tell the lady because I didn't want him to do that to other people. And then as I was telling her, he was leaving. And so all she said that she could do was just tell the manager. I waited around a little bit because I didn't want to run into him. And I couldn't even focus. Like, I wanted to get a book, but then I was just, like, my anxiety was just, like, really bad. And, like, also...
That's right, like the real professionals do it. They're like mosquitoes when you're sleeping, you know? You wake up with the welts on you. Or like a spider bite. I got one on my stomach a few months ago during the middle of summer. Spider bit me right on my belly as I slept, and this thing got huge. I was up in the doctor's, and I even, like, it wasn't for that, it was for something else, and I showed him it. He was like, "Oof, well, it's going down, isn't it?" Yeah, well, that's all you need to worry about. But to this day, there's still this little wound right here, my belly bit. So, like, the real sneaky ones are the ones you don't know about. Why I have my chair leaning up against my wall, right here. No one's gonna be taking pot shots at me. No one's gonna be sniffing my ass.
Like, really grossed out, so I just left as soon as I could. That's literally, like, so creepy. I've never had someone do that to me.
That you know of.
So after she posted this video on TikTok, it ended up going pretty viral, getting a couple million views, and that's
Hopefully
all
they
it took
pin.
for people to
Yeah, I was gonna
not
say,
only
what's
find
his?
out-
He looks like someone who has. Remember those early like Photoshop games you get on browsers back in the day, where like you create someone's face. He's a Mr. Potato Head. And look at those earlobes. Oh my god, those gauges.
out the identity of this creature.
Rapchi of despite Rapchi of child peeping and 40 arrests. Listen, America puts people behind bars, especially people of color behind bars, way too often for way too many reasons. But every group has a fucking ass sniffer and a child peeper. This is clearly one of them.
But also some survivor stories to come out. Yeah, believe it or not, this story does go deeper than just this video, and it turns out other women have indeed crossed paths with the serial sniffer himself.
Doesn't quite look the same. Where's his fucking gauges?
Another encounter that was caught on footage.
Hey, are you following me?
No.
Yeah. My bad. But he's in his big pants. Oh, wow. Yeah, he was literally like on all fours and he pulls back quick. Don't report him to Barnes and Noble.
That, but listen closely to the beginning of the video. That's a smelling sound. That's the sound of a sniff if I've ever heard one.
Oh.
And I noticed that this is also taking place in Barnes and Noble too, so I guess
maybe this guy is like
sniffing grounds.
He secretly hates Barnes and Noble and wants to discredit them
as well, because in this video he has hair, whereas the other video he's bald, so there's some time apart between these
We're
videos.
in the same...
He's been terrorizing Barnes and Nobles for a while. This is
no
almost
bookstore is safe.
I just can't help but chuckle. Luckily though, I did mention earlier that his identity has been found, and it turns out he's apparently done more than just sniffing in the past.
Oh, I completely agree with this comment, especially with the things I've learned in less than 24 hours.
Father Comstock from BioShock Infinite? What the hell?
From posting that original video. Like, I've had
I know. I've seen this guy.
Who said they have had experiences with this guy. And then another young lady posted the video she got of him doing the same thing to her in the same Barnes and Noble. Yeah, and as bad as that is, it gets even worse. Anyone know who this is? If you don't, this is Robert Horry. He played with the LA Lakers. In fact, he is a 7-time NBA champion and now does commentary for the LA Lakers. And someone reached out to me and said, hey, did you see his story post from today? Look familiar to anyone? Let me show you what he wrote. This man stalked my then 14-year-old stepdaughter over 13 years ago. He terrorized my family for months until he was arrested and sentenced to 8 years in prison. He is back in the area doing the exact same thing. Please share the story and warn your family, friends, daughters, sisters, mothers. And then he goes on to share Michaela's video from the Barnes & Noble. Why is this guy on the street?
Yeah.
He stalked a 14-year-old. He stalked a minor for months. Got 8 years. Got out. September of 2021.
Do you think after a while, do you think that the 8 years he just spent in prison sniffing asses in prison? I think we need to send him to an island where there isn't even monkeys, because he basically just sexually harassed the monkeys.
Gets arrested, breaking in places, peeping in places, gets let out, does it right after being let out to another house. And now he's doing this. Multiple women in Burbank and Glendale talking about this guy, sniffing them, following them, making them uncomfortable. He is unfit for the public. He is a threat to the community. Lock him up and throw away the key.
So considering the sniffer creep's name is now public with all this evidence piling up, I don't think he's going to be prowling in any Barnes and Nobles.
No.
As of right now, though, there isn't any
this guy doesn't
official
seem...
news in terms of his arrest, but
yeah.
hopefully that happens soon, since
he
it
doesn't
sounds
seem
like
to
he's
care.
done some other things that are much worse than sniffing ass cracks, which is already bad enough.
All right.
But anyways, I think that's going to wrap up today.
Walter Fate, or Fatal Walter. So, yeah. Russell Greer. Oh, he also did a thing on EDP. But we might save that for tomorrow. So, Russell Greer's book. Why I Sued Taylor Swift, Part 5. Russell Greer is the guy who, he's from like a Mormon minister's family. He's on the spectrum pretty heavily. He's a pervert. And he listened to Taylor Swift saying that you're my boyfriend in one of her songs, and literally believed that he was her boyfriend. So he started to harass her for a date to go out, and believe that all these songs are about him, right? She eventually got a restraining order put on him, and he tried to sue her. Now in his book, he said it's titled like "How I Sued," which makes it sound like he successfully sued her. In reality, he didn't sue her. Like, no court would hold this up. He did get a little bit of money from like Mormon extremist motherfuckers who wanted to use him as a anti-modern society weight, but they dropped him pretty quickly. You'd think that would be the end of it, but no, he wrote a book, and he's been going around talking about it. And in the book, he is very anti-Western value, the anti-modern Western society, but wants to like return tradition. But he also talks about going to the Bunny Ranch a lot out in Nevada, to the point where the owner threatened to have him killed if he came back after he did some fucked up stuff. Russell is the type of person who I see his face and I want to swing at, because it's his lips, his mouth. Again, like the guy from earlier, or Ian Miles Chong, has this sort of pathetic face that just makes me want to throttle him. And then he opens his mouth and all this bullshit comes out. He also thinks that they're being like ableist because of his Spectrum stuff. Kind of like the way Cobes does. But he's trying to take it to court. Someone keeps financing him to make terrible life decisions, when in reality, they need to finance him to go to a therapy house so he can be defragmented and refragmented, basically. Whatever they're trying to do with Chris Chan. And failing at that too. But you know what? If that means he's not allowed to leave the house under without supervision or have access to social media, I'm okay with that. Our world has officially gone insane. I don't know how people can fuck up something as amazing as boobs. But we do it. We do it. Every day we stray further from God's life. Light.
Book. This is part 5 of a series where I'm reading Russ's book he wrote about suing Taylor Swift. The author is mostly known for this, along with suing other celebrities, America's Got Talent, Kiwi Farms, etc., and trying to open a brothel in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gone.
Look at him.
Anyway, let's get started with Russell Greer's book, Why I Sued Taylor Swift, Part 5. By the way, the full title is of course Why I Sued Taylor Swift and How I Became Falsely Known as Frivolous, Litigious, and Crazy. Yeah, falsely.
Falsely.
Let's see if people are still leaving reviews on it. They are. Can I give 0 stars? If I could give it 5 stars for creepy incel weirdo, I would. This dude comes off like he might be planning a school shooting to impress his latest stalking victim. The terrible writing is almost as bad as the content.
He's too physically weak to do it. That would be like Cyrax trying to do a school shooting. He wouldn't even be able to lift the gun. I could see him trying to roofie somebody, but he'd fail and probably roofie his own drink. Oh no.
He feels like the world owes him things. It did make me laugh, but it wasn't supposed to. I would give -2 stars if it were possible. Reads like a bad fanfic. Author presents scenarios from his own imagination / hallucinations / dreams as if they were facts.
This is
and
the
holds
Nutter's
it against others for
Manifesto.
not reacting.
Yeah, kinda. He didn't understand that he fails at everything that he sets out to do, and that includes the book. It's like he doesn't understand that people are looking at him in a negative light. He has no real friends outside of, I suppose, of his immediate family, who, again, are fucking enablers for letting him do this. He is mentally incapable of doing things. in his current state. Now you can point out, oh, he's actually quite intelligent. He's got this degree and that degree and whatever. You'd be like, yeah, sure, that's okay. Look what he's doing with that. Look what he's doing with that income. Look what he's doing with that time. No. He's making his problems everyone else's problems. And you're kind of letting it happen. You're even funding it at times. And I can't stand by it. I mean, Taylor Swift doesn't know. Taylor Swift knows who Russell Greer is. The same way Brett Spiner is knows who Gail is. Now, if Taylor's asked about Russell, she'll give a long sigh and go, that guy's really unwell. Next question, please.
Acting in ways he feels appropriate, though others don't have the benefit of having experienced the same fantasy interludes. Please note, this review has absolutely nothing to do with any sort of discrimination against the author for his oft-referenced rare facial disability.
I don't care. I will.
I
will. You represent your outside and your inside equally, sir, and I will mock both. Especially that grill. That's like a train from a children's cartoon in the 80s. Like, you are not worthy of respect. You are not one of God's children. You are some sort of creation in a lab that broke free of its tube. Like Jared or Cyrax. Or, not Cobes. Cobes did that to himself. He is worthy of respect, but I've had this conversation numerous times. I need to watch that video from Tarman about why did we watch King Cobra. And Kevin Joseph King I've got respect for. Gucci's, I suppose I do. Like, not Blade. Not Blade, not JJ. I used to have it for JJ, but he's kind of lost it on me. I know, I still kind of do with JJ, but he's kind of going a bit all over the place now. I'm getting tangenty.
Seems to have a very
like, share, and subscribe, guys.
And appears to associate all the misfortunes in his life with a congenital condition that is far less disabling than his attitude.
Yeah.
Very poorly written. The writing is just atrocious.
He wouldn't
It's hard to
process
follow,
this.
and the formatting is a challenge, beyond the many difficulties with punctuation.
Right? He would just look over it and be like, they don't like me because I'm ugly. They think I'm a bigot.
The story is bizarre.
They're bigoted
it's not
towards me.
uplifting. It's terrifying. It's the story of an obsessive man trying to litigate a woman into dating him. The legal arguments are so illogical and incorrect that it's unclear if we should really believe this guy's a paralegal. Is the whole thing just a delusion?
Yes.
Is it an unreliable narrator pretending to be successful but locked away for safety? The discussion of disability is also really offensive. The idea that the narrator is due something due to his facial difference, or that he has overcome this disability but requires special treatment, is in stark opposition.
Yeah.
This is the
he thinks that, like, because he paid a prostitute to have sex with him, he's actually overcome having his disability, and as a result he needs to get, like, praise for it and even, like, a pass from doing stuff. But that's not how anything works. I've never thought this. Cobes doesn't think like this. I doubt Kevin Joseph King in his few moments of lucidness thinks like this. He's so entitled. Russell Greer is so fucking entitled. And what's worse, people around him are feeding into it, probably because it's a lot easier to deal with this. I don't know what you'd call him. He's not a man-child. A teenage child, maybe?
Basic story of a very troubled man who thinks women are somehow born to rebuild male egos. Yuck. Alright, so last time he was in jail for writing threats on the bathroom wall, something he called a senior prank. Sounds like some insult.
He always films himself right in the dead center so they can't show his face, his little teeth. But remember, he's over that. And by the way, guys, you don't make fun of him for his face. Okay? Don't do that. You're better than me. I have decided to fight dirty with Russell Greer. You fuckers can break down his shit far more complexly. Hell, Walter doesn't go after his face. I will. If it makes him feel bad and he goes away for like 6 months to cry, where's my reward? Can I go on a date with Taylor? Oh, I don't actually want to touch that. I don't want a song made about me in 6 months.
But now he's going to explain his disability, which I'm not here to make fun of. Sadly, I'm no war hero. I was born this way. Boring, huh? I mean, if I'm going to be walking around like this, I need a cool story to explain to the sightseers. Luckily, I can be happy that my disability isn't progressive, which thankfully means that in 20 years my face won't be shaped like a toolbox. I can only imagine all the doorways my face would get stuck in if it suddenly progressed and grew to the shape of a 6x8 toolbox.
What an oddly specific thing. Like, it isn't like someone with a cleft lip joining ISIS, you know? Where's the connection? There isn't one.
That would not be fun. In all seriousness, my face is the way it is because I'm missing the 7th cranial nerve muscles in my face. Bad luck of the draw, I guess. Yeah, the jokes in this are so bad that you can't even really tell when he's making a joke. Guess that must be why he points it out every time. I've learned to love my life, despite living with something so challenging. Because of my disability, eating and speaking can be difficult. When I talk, my T's sound like C's, my V's sound like Z's, B's become G's. It's almost as if I'm speaking in an alien form of English. Pronouncing places and names can be especially difficult. I can't even pronounce my last name clearly. Since I have become so comfortable in my own skin, I like to think that I speak perfect English, and that when I speak, I have a Dean Martin voice going on, and I sound like Taylor Swift is the coolest, in a Studley way. I forget though that when a stranger hears me, they can hear, Taylor Swift is the coolest. It can be frustrating. A lot of times.
Yeah, that's not as bad as I'm going to woo Taylor Swift for not loving me. Yeah, this is something you'd hear in like a psychological hospital. You know, like, I consort with Jesus. Of course you do, buddy. Only he took this to court.
I have to repeat myself when I speak and make sure I speak slowly with enunciation. Don't get me started on how I eat. People say it's rude to slurp your food. Well, then I must be the rudest person they've ever met.
When I was in college, there was a guy who did that.
I have to tilt my head backwards when I drink, or else my drink comes out of my mouth and stains my shirt. It's always hard to explain when I'm walking around with a giant yellow splash on a white shirt. Also, dude.
Gonna grab another coffee. That guy, actually, now thinking of it, he was a big music buff. Very big music buff. He loved his heavy metal.
Due to my disability, I drool randomly.
Whoever he is, I hope he's doing
It's embarrassing because when I drool, I'm not even looking at a freshly baked pizza or something that would cause an average person to salivate. It just happens at the most awkward times, like when I'm asking a girl out or when I'm talking to my boss. Whenever I begin to drool, I joke that I'm working on my Homer Simpson impression. Donuts. Continuing on with my high school flashback, like any young high school male, I had strived to be liked, to be popular. I was mostly kind to everybody, and I made a habit of learning people's names and acknowledging them in the hallways. I had won awards in speech and debate, not bad for a guy who can't close his lips, and had been on student council all 4 years of high school. When I was a junior in high school, I was inducted into the National Honor Society. On top of that, I was a janitor at Walmart, which isn't a bad job for a high school kid. I was walking on sunshine until I learned that I was a laughingstock. The Mr. Cool image I thought I had was apparently all imagined, as I was told by several people that I was despised by many people for having a disability. To make matters worse, the girl I had liked all through high school essentially told me to hit the road, to get lost. I was so distressed. I didn't want to go to school anymore.
Pausing it here, coming back in to quickly say, when I heard him say that, fuck off with that. They were not making fun of you for having a disability. They're making fun of you because you're a fucking obnoxious jackass who wants extra treatment. They mocked and shamed you, but they probably didn't say a goddamn thing but praise to the girl in the wheelchair or the kid who was deaf. Because they were nice people to be around. Be a nice person and you won't be mocked. Not complicated.
I didn't want to live anymore. I attempted suicide but was too afraid to go through with it. During lunch, I would eat in my car, not wanting to be with the other kids. I guess you could say I was having my senior moment, the moment where I was entering adulthood and didn't know who or what I wanted to become. I had seen counselors and therapists all through my young adult years to cope with my depression and anxiety, but I had stopped seeing them because I was a headstrong, albeit foolish, young man who thought that he didn't need people telling him how to think or feel. God, well, it's a good thing he changed in that regard, isn't it? Russell to this day has never listened to any good advice. I had to wonder what actually happened to him in high school, but I guess we'll never know. I kind of doubt the story that everyone hated him because he was disabled.
Yeah. Like, there's no way. I'm sure there was some snickering from some jackass kids. That happens. And you know what? Whenever that happened in my school, when someone was making fun of someone with a disability, you'd see everyone, even like the biggest bullies on other people, they just kind of stare at you and be like, don't fucking do that. Oh, you don't do that. Remember one guy giving another guy a fucking back slap because, like, back over the back of the head, because he was making fun of like this guy who he was in a car crash and he had a limp, and the two didn't like each other anyway. But instead of him going after his personality or whatever, he went after the limp. And the other guy was like, "Don't fucking do that." And we all were like, "Woo!" You know, like. That was the end of it. He didn't go after him again. Now looking back at it, my school was pretty fucking progressive. Especially for like early 2000s Dublin.
But it is high school.
Look at that. Look at that goddamn thing that he made. Taylor Swift, let's rock out together. Please visit my Kickstarter and help kickstart my dream. I don't like the fact that he used all these different fonts. Hey, on good news, yeah, I think we were going to have Luna Da Vinci on. I think that was just her confirming there on Messenger.
But it is high school. Aside from my personal problems, my relationship with my family was sour. When a young Mormon boy turns 19, he is expected to serve a religious mission for 2 years, as a sort of duty to God. I was on the rocks about Mormonism and religion in general. My parents were expecting me to go. Whenever I resisted or told them that a mission wasn't for me, shouting matches would always erupt between my parents and me.
I would do it, but I would just like start subverting the religious angle and just get a free trip, you know? I'd become a problem. For some reason, we haven't just gained 0 new converts, but we've lost 3 of the ones that we came out with. And this cuts to all us like doing fucking lines of coke off some stripper's ass.
My parents had read somewhere that if my tonsils were removed, I would behave better, and so a surgery was scheduled for December 19th.
Oh my god, religious
I actually feel bad for him here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have to go on some Mormon mission and get yelled at by people for months on end. And the surgery sounds like bullshit.
Raise it, I just saw the message there. Oh shit, I just got a message. Oh. Great. So yeah, we're gonna be on. Right, so that's the 5th sorted. That's brilliant. We got Lord Magicus and Luna Da Vinci on the for the return of Bearded Ramblings. Fuck yeah. It's all swinging back into normality now. Meanwhile, in not normal world...
I always wondered what kind of person would send their loved one to get a lobotomy when it was popular. Probably this kind of person.
Yep.
Since high school had become unbearable, I would frequently excuse myself to take prolonged restroom breaks to control my anxiety with deep breaths and to clear my mind. On the 3rd of December 2009, as I was taking one of my breaks, my cell phone buzzed. I had received a text message from the student council president reminding me of the Christmas assembly on the 19th that I was supposed to help out at, since I was on student council. I scoffed. "I won't be here," I said to myself as I put the phone in my pocket. I then felt it. I felt the thing that would change my life forever. A pen. Senior pranks were a huge thing at my high school. It was a rite of passage, almost a graduation requirement, to pull a prank. A horrible prank came to mind. What if I pretend there's going to be something bad happening on the day I'm in surgery?
What?
In my stupid mindset, I somehow thought that this was a good idea. I pulled the cap off the pen and began to write words I wished to never repeat, to never think about on the bathroom wall. I left the bathroom, but stopped, thinking about what I had written, urging myself to go back, seeing the video camera filming me outside the bathroom. For some dumb reason, though, I returned to class and shrugged it off. After school, as I drove my slowly falling apart 1995 Bonneville Pontiac away, I saw more police cars parked at the school than there usually were.
Wait,
the
did
prank
he do...
worked. Surely school would be shut down early, and everybody would have...
Oh my god, did he say there would be a bomb plant, or he's gonna do like a mass shooting?
a longer Christmas break. I would be a hero, though I hope I wouldn't be apprehended by the police. The weekend came and nothing happened. It wasn't until Monday, when the school week started again, that there were rumors of a hit list. My sister won't come to school, I overheard one girl terrifyingly say. I heard this person wants to kill 10 people, another student said in the hallway. Now I became confused. I never wrote a hit list or named any specific people. I just simply said a disaster was going to happen on December 19th. I soon felt sick to my stomach. This was not what I wanted at all. I just wanted school canceled early for everybody. In my mind, I thought what I did was harmless. It was just words with no plan or anything. It was morbidly funny because I wouldn't even be at school the day of the planned disaster. My words backfired. There were no signs of school being canceled either. Before I knew it, the school police officer, Chet, crept up on me and put his hand on my back during geometry class.
Crept up
Come
on
with
you?
me, the officer said in a deep, commanding voice. The entire classroom gasped as I was led away. I felt lower than dirt. He makes everything sound so dramatic. I can't imagine people being this scared when I was in high school. It sounds like how people were on the morning of 9/11 or something.
I mean, in all fairness, like, was there a bomb scare or a gun scare in his school, you know?
I don't know if I can really find out what happened to him in high school. I bet this person would know. He went to high school with me, and he is not someone I would call stable. Being disabled his entire life has warped his view of women. He would be aggressive to girls who rejected him. Oh, wait a second. I found it. The police report. Now that we've heard his version, let's hear what the police said happened. Narrative. This officer was advised by blank, who is a student at Evanston High School, about a disturbing writing he observed in the men's restroom, across from the main office. Porter then showed this officer the writing, which was located on the farthest left stall as you enter the restroom, and upon the wall tiles of the stall. The writing stated, "This is not a joke. On December 18th I am bringing a gun and will kill 8 people on my list. Beware." It says they photographed it, so obviously they're not going to be lying about what it said in the report.
Walter, you don't have to talk over me. You're recording and I'm a live stream. I don't rank you. One day you'll be a real streamer, Walter. You need to get Walter back. He was awesome. Hell, maybe I'll put a feeler out for him to have beyond before the end of the year. The thing with this is that, like, why did Russell think this was a good idea? Why, Russell? Why? You're in America. Columbine. Shit. Sandy Hook. The next one.
They then studied the camera footage, and Russell was in the bathroom for 7 minutes around that time and had a pretty distinct writing style, as you can
He
imagine.
looks drunk.
He immediately admitted to it and waved his
That little
rights.
triangle teeth.
Russell Greer was then taken into custody, transported and booked into the Uintah County Jail after having a meeting with his mother and Principal Bennett. An affidavit of information was completed and returned to the Uintah County Attorney for prosecution.
We'll start watching some more positive
It was also
stuff
be
after
mentioned
this.
that Russell never gave a reason why he wrote this, other than stating that he had a bad day. His confession states that he had been teased, harassed, and bullied because of his disability.
No.
Russell further states that he actually tried to commit suicide by hanging himself.
No.
Russell further stated that one time he actually put a rope around his neck and tried to choke himself.
Hey, that
I can't
might
fact
be,
check him on most of his life, obviously, so I'm glad I was at least able to find that.
Yeah.
Shows how reputable Russell is. As Chet and another officer interrogated me inside of a conference room at the administration section of the school, a crowd of students began forming outside of the offices, cell phones ready to record the terrorist. "You're a good kid," Chet said to me, after I had confessed to everything. "You're always involved in school activities, and you play the piano so well. We'll try to get you off without any charges." Unfortunately, the district attorney of Evanston, the
that's
school
not how that
superintendent,
works.
and the police chief thought that I was indeed a terrorist. My mother and I sat outside of the conference room as these three men and Chet discussed my fate. After what felt like an eternity of waiting, the leaders of the city filed out of the conference room, glaring at me. Chet beckoned my mother and I into the room. "Mr. Greer," Chet said very slowly, in a painful voice, "I'm so sorry, but could you please put your hands behind your back? You're under arrest."
Yeah?
My whole world suddenly stopped. Everything was in a haze as I turned around with my hands behind my back. My mother began sobbing. Chet led me out of the conference room in handcuffs. As he led me away to his police car, we passed the crowd of students who began taking pictures with their phones. Before I knew it, I was sitting in a small concrete jail cell that had a bed and a metal toilet and sink, thinking that all was lost. I later learned that two other kids had seen what I had written on the wall, and they thought it would be funny to create a kill list that went along with what I had written.
No.
They listed people
That's called a lie there, Russell. That's called a lie. Like, it's interesting. The more you read it, the more you read him, the more you see where he's clearly talking out of his ass, and where like his reality or a lie that he's peddling to us is trying to take over what actually happened. Like, what do they say? The best lies are the ones that have a bit of truth in them. Well, no one buys his story at all. So you still need somebody with the most modicum of trustworthiness, right?
I had never even met or even heard of. In a twist of irony, these kids were never arrested for what they did.
Why
It
would
was a
they?
giant nightmare that wouldn't end.
They didn't do it.
This sounds really unlikely to me, especially since I went over the footage in handwriting. If you've never been to jail, don't go. It's a scary, mean, miserable place. I was fortunate enough to have had nice inmates in my pod, Pod A, which is the name of the common area that holds up to 10 prisoners. In the other pods, there were inmates who allegedly were gunning for me. They wanted to hurt me because I was a terrorist and because I looked different. I had already had...
I think because no one would talk to him normally, he creates these narratives in his head that kind of fill in the blanks. And they're all negative. That's the weird part. They don't all just praise him. They all just like... They're all just out to get him. This victim narrative shit, man. And he can't get a girlfriend, apparently. What a shock. Because girls really like them victims.
Had one incident of a man in the fitness area who tried attacking me for simply nodding at him in an acknowledging way. Because of that incident, I stayed in my pod and watched TV. God forbid he goes somewhere without being a victim. And I've never seen so many scare quotes in a book either. This is ridiculous. "Greer," a guard said as he paged me through the intercom of my jail cell. "You've got a visitor." I quickly stood up and waited for the electronic door to slide open, to let me out. I then was escorted by a jail guard to the visiting area. As I entered the visiting area, which was a large room that had bulletproof glass separating inmate and visitor, I saw who my visitor was, my sister, Allison. She looked depressed upon seeing me. I was embarrassed to see her. Slowly, I approached a seat to sit across from her, and I picked up the phone to talk to her through the glass. "Allison," I said, "I'm so sorry if I have put you through anything." Allison, being a year younger than me, was enrolled at the same school I was at, and endured harassment for what her terrorist brother did. Yeah, these scare quotes are killing me. Russell made an obviously terroristic threat, and he's so pissed that they dare to call him that.
Yep.
I know he had no plans to do anything and didn't own any weapons, but what did he really...
Yeah, he didn't think this through. He doesn't think these things through because in his mind, it's all just going to pan out. And it never pans out. And you'd think that at a certain point, his brain would just realize that none of his plans pan out. And he's got to just accept the fact that other people have to dictate his life if he wants to find happiness. He wants to be a dom when in reality, he is a subby baka. He is a bottom bitch twink. He needs to be like, he needs to be turned into breeding stock, and he needs to be turned into, or what did I say in 10 Minutes Saga? Seed beds. Yeah. Because then he'll find true happiness for being a lowly Russell. I am just on the fucking warpath today, which is so weird because today was pretty okay. Power still hasn't gone out yet, and the fucking yeah, like I've been very productive today for some reason. I think it's just the content I'm watching. I should switch it out afterwards. I'm gonna watch the Dial of Destiny tomorrow. Finally getting around to the new Indiana Jones film.
expect here?
So
this next part is very important because it's not the first time he hears about Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Russ, I want you to know that I love you, my sister said as she sobbed. We talked for about 20 minutes before the monitoring guard cut into our conversation. You've got 2 minutes left, the guard said over the phone. Well, it's nice seeing you, I awkwardly quipped. Wait, how in God's name is that a quip? Come on, Russ. Before you go, I want to repeat the lyrics of a song to you. It's by a new rising artist named Taylor Swift. My sister
No one talks like that,
said. Ooh, Taylor, I teased, having never heard of the artist before. Is he your new crush? Taylor is the name of a girl, Russ, my sister said blankly. Oh, I replied. She has a new song called 15. The lyrics go, and when you're 14, don't forget to look before you fall. I found that time can heal most anything. And you just might find who you're supposed to be. I didn't know who I was supposed to be at 15, my sister recited. Russ, you can make it through this. Mom and Dad have hired a good lawyer for you. You're only 18. You can figure...
Taylor Swift comes down like a fucking angel in his bed. Like, oh! Russell, I love the fact that you're completely delusional and have no sense of moral culpability. We've never met, but please, I sing to you through the beauty of music. Be my muse.
Figure out who you are and where you want to go in life. Don't give up. My sister and I said our goodbyes.
He's like, oh my god, he's like fucking Spirit Science when he took all the ayahuasca and the ayahuasca and said that he saw Emma Watson in the stars and it reformed her to become the Virgin Mary. And that's why he sent her like 500 texts. Like, what?
And then I was escorted back to my jail cell. Back in Pod A, the inmates were watching the TV, hooked up to the wall. As I made my way up to my cell on the balcony, I glanced at what they were watching, the music channel VH1. The channel was playing the top 40 music videos of the year 2009. The next music video they played was for the artist whom my sister admired and whom she had just told me about, Taylor Swift. The music video for Taylor's song, You Belong With Me, played on the TV. All of the inmates began to holler and hoot at Taylor. Take off those glasses, baby, one of the inmates hollered. I didn't say anything, as I was in a trance upon seeing Taylor Swift.
Creepy.
The Taylor Swift, my sister's hero. All of my misery.
The woman you just found out existed.
and seemingly impending doom faded away as I watched her on the TV.
Oh God.
She seemed so perfect.
Slow
in every move she
pan, the
made.
background
She seemed to have
becomes
a light in
blurry
her
and
eyes.
it's
Her
focusing on
voice
his
was
face.
angelic. Some people go to jail and find God. For me, I went to jail and found Taylor Swift. By the way, he's really proud about that line about finding Taylor Swift in jail. He's mentioned it on social media at least a couple times.
Yep.
Anyway, I think that's about enough for today. Now that Russell has a focus in his life, next time will be about him trying to come up with a way to woo Taylor Swift so he can not only date her, but also work together with a song. And he has to do all this on a budget of $400. Yeah, good luck, man. Well, if you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about Russell,
I've got many things to say. That would be loot. I think in the next 10 years or so, I might have to start looking into glasses. I'm trying to see this blur constantly underneath. Words, especially when I don't know if I've spelt them right or not. And I'm thinking if the little red lines underneath. My color blindness is probably playing this factor. Yeah, Walter is very good at going after the slightly lesser known. Like Two Worlds, for example, that was fucking wild. The way he described in graphic detail how the girl basically grinded on top of him at the strip club. Well, Lucas is the big one for Walter. He's also got the EDP thing here, which we'll watch tomorrow. We'll watch the horror of EDP. He got caught twice now. But yeah, we were watching a lot of these incel motherfuckers for a while now. So let's cleanse our palate. This is in Israel. Woo! Well, oh no! What happened to me? Happened to you. Oh no! I didn't think that water was that deep. Some cakes. Potato cakes. Bap, bap. There's a lot of stuff here I want to save until Wednesday with Mango. Find out what time I'm doing that. We already watched this one, but I just need to quickly bookmark. Jordan. Oh, we were gonna watch this. I guess it is food after all.
From time to time, we have to trot out the skull and fill it up with the...
We haven't had this motherfucker on in a long while. I do love this guy. How to Drink. He's very cool. Go and subscribe to him. He increasingly does like gaming stuff. He's very approachable too. I've had a few, one conversation with him and it was over fucking Firefly. Also dropped in to say hi to him on his Cyberpunk stream. So he seemed really like exhausted playing that game. I think I caught him at the end of a long stream. I like the helmet back there.
Of customers who must live in some hellscape in their own private Idaho. I don't know.
Their own private
These sheets
Idaho.
of drinks actually ordered by actual humans, modifications, creations of their own demise, not design. So let's get right into it and make some of these drinks from customers who are almost certainly wrong. I pulled these out quite randomly, and let's see here. This is at table 12. Oh, they want a French 75 subbing High Life. Get rid of the champagne, make it with High Life, Miller High Life. Is that the yes? Well, that makes sense. It's the champagne of beers.
Yeah.
Cutie. It's just a 7-ouncer, but that'll be fine for my purposes. That's actually all they had at my liquor store. I couldn't find full-size bottles of Miller High Life.
I like the Sunset Sarsaparilla back there. By the way, if you play Cyberpunk 2077 and you go in and you order a Jackie Wells, he designed that for the game. Originally, there's the outfit they gave him as a thanks back there, the coat.
I guess they figured, man, if you're drinking Miller High Life, we should slow you down, you know? So things are not going well in your life. We gotta pump the brakes.
I don't know. What about fucking was it buffet that they sell? I drank so much of that shit in Indiana. Oh my god, I must have drank like 40 cans in a day and change.
On this plan. French 75 is basically a Tom Collins where you get rid of the soda water, throw in champagne. Instead, it's named for the French 75mm piece of artillery that was so instrumental in World War I. Paxo. That's the whole idea. Ba-doom, ba-boom. Knocks you on your ass, and in fact they do. Also, I find that they are like headache triggers. I feel like shit every time I drink these. But with Miller High Life,
it's going to be even worse.
Scenario. So to make one of these, we need a knife. We're going to slice our lemon. You can make these as sweet or as dry as you like. You got to have some simple in there, usually just to balance it. I'm going to go with like 3/4 of an ounce. You know, sometimes I go half an ounce, sometimes you go a little...
Half an ounce.
2 ounces of London Dry Gin from my big old jug. Pouring it like it's a moonshine. There you go. Get some
out of his little cup.
Give this one the old smashery dashery do. Give that a shaky achy. You could either do it in a Collins glass or in a coupe. I'm going with a coupe today. Actually, this is my favorite coupe I think I've ever seen. This is Visky glass. Visky reached out a while back, asked if they could sponsor the show. I really like their glassware, so of course they can. If you want to pick up this glassware, you can use the link in the pinned comment below or up here in the corner. Use code HowToDrink15 at checkout. You're going to get 15% off. They make beautiful things, and if you're
Chilling.
So here we go. Pour this in. Top that with our delicious Miller High Life on the screw top. Ooh, yeah. There it is, that champagne of beer.
It's like a smaller bottle. You don't see those bottles over here very much. You see a smaller one. I think it's a smaller one than the Duval.
I'm going to try and pull a peel from this. I don't think that's going to work out so good for me. Yeah, we're going to manage. Not easy to pull a twist off of a cut piece of fruit. Looks alright. Give that a little squeezy. Oh yeah.
Those vests.
Anyway. And
camera work is always top notch.
75, but with Miller High Life. Let's see how it is. I expect this to basically be ho-hum, not good or bad. Just
yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Oh! My instinct to cut the sugar back from the normal, well deserved. We should have gone much lower. As with the Miller, which is just malty and kind of sweet. You know, domestic beers taste like a loaf of bread to me. Really weird maltiness.
A loaf of bread. The thing is, he's not entirely wrong. I mean, like, a lot of American beers, a lot of beers end up tasting like bread because, well, it's, you know, bread, how you used to make it. At least bread could be a lot thicker, you know?
It's fighting the gin. I mean, there's a little argument going on in there. The gin wants to be bright and tart, lemony.
Oh, you know? God, I need to see this next one.
Another nightmare drink. This is from table 25. They would like, oh, wow, Baileys and soda. Nothing I love more than a cold, refreshing Baileys and soda.
This is reminding me of the fucking cement mixer I made on stream once by accident.
Let's do it. You do that on the rocks? I don't know. I think you do. I think Baileys and soda goes on the rocks.
Yeah, at least it'll be nice and cold, right?
Mixing Baileys and soda, we don't need to measure. I think you can just pour. I think it's like
around about Christmas, I always get Fireball and Baileys, and oh my god, I get so ill at least one day on the Christmas week. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. Going back and forth, but I mean, it's Fireball, so it's got tons of cinnamon, and it's also like nice and warm. And then the Baileys is really heavy, and it's cold, and it sticks there, but it's sweet. And then you know, sometimes you think to combine the two, And if you're not eating tons of food to give it a nice base to it, oh, and then your throat, oh, it just destroys your throat after a while.
50-50. Soda being...
I'm gonna do it this year, honestly. At least not to the same degree.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. It looks like a kind of an egg cream, like a nice and frothy, creamy drink, which can be nice, actually. Baileys and soda. I'm not gonna lie, it's nothing I would want on a regular basis, but man, it is like an egg cream, and I don't hate it at all. An egg cream, a chocolate egg cream, it's a New York classic. It's a staple of this. Let's see here, what do we got? Negroni.
Yeah, Negroni and Baileys. Oof. I don't know about this one. I'm getting the time I mixed Baileys and Tia Maria.
No vermouth at Baileys. What the fuck is up with the Baileys today? We got a lot of Baileys going on. A Negroni no vermouth at Baileys. Why? That's a deranged fucking drink. 1 ounce of Campari. This one, expectations, very bad. Fully cursed. That's my expectation. 1 ounce of London Dry Gin. All right, gin and Campari. We're on our way. This is pretty good. Oh no, why would you do this to a perfectly fine drink? You're just gonna add Baileys to it. What a brilliant masochistic idea. Oh wow, that's
kind of pretty at least.
Genuinely kind of cool looking. If only I know what it was. All right, we'll give the old Bailoni, the Baroni. I like the Baroni.
Now it looks like a really watery. It looks like you've taken milk and then pour water into it.
Named after the antagonist in Johnny Dangerously. You fucking assholes! I am a fucking gonna kill you. They deported him to Sweden or Iceland, one of those Nordic countries. He's not from there, but that's where they deported him to. Drink has taken on a pink, a light pink, and we garnish, of course, with a twist of orange on a Negroni. Wow, look at that. That was beautiful. A little slice there, and sit that on the corner of my glass.
Let's see.
Bailey's Negroni, you may as well make it look nice. There we are, Bailey's Negroni. Oh, I will toast this with the Clash Classic Straight to Hell Boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, it gets worse. The old Count Negroni could not have accounted for the inventiveness of this customer. That is bad. Bitter and creamy are two things that should not go. You don't want a bitter cream. They shouldn't go in a sentence together. You don't want bitter.
Bitter cream? I don't know. I mean, if you get them down the throat, they don't have to taste it, right?
Cream. That is something else. And it's yuck. It like clings to your tonsils in the back of your throat. It's just.
Oh, I gotta show this to Magicus, this next one.
Alma Mater, Irving Farms. Oh, good times here on How to Drink. What does the skull have in store for me next? Okay, table 94. 7 people at this table. I don't know if they're calling this drink a Devil's Purse. 2 parts Malibu, 1 part milk. Oh, what the heck? Let's stir this drink. So 2 ounces of Malibu. I want 1 ounce of milk. Nothing like refreshing glass of ice.
I could have made this on stream last time when we had the Malibu.
It's cold. Malibu.
I've got some cheap ass rum, some cheap ass Coke, and Fireball tossed in there, and a Four Loko for Wednesday. I'm getting a 6-pack of shitty beer. Yeah.
Milk. I'm not gonna, but I assume that this drink should be garnished with olives, like a very dry martini or dirty martini. Meredith pulls these receipts together for me, and I guess she found a lot of stuff with heavy cream, Malibu. You know, there's a lot of dairy in this episode. She's really trying to make me puke. Thanks, Meredith.
Yeah. That's just gonna sit in your stomach and
Malibu and milk. The boys were drinking their Malibu and milk. Forget what
Malibu,
Angel's Tit, which is a cocktail from like the 1800s. And by the way, people have tried to revise that to an Angel's Tit. Makes no fucking sense. The drink is an Angel's Tit. It looks like a boob. Like visually, you're supposed to display it like it's a tit. I feel like it's weirdly similar because like it's a cream. Anyway, here we go. Malibu and milk. We'll call this one M&M. Yeah, actually, that's not so bad.
Oh!
I mean, I wish I had a little more a little more proof in it, a little more alcohol. But like, you know what that tastes like? An Almond Joy, you know? Tastes like an Almond Joy, something like that. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I wonder if I could spruce it up with like drop. Plantations, Stinking Fancy Pineapple Rum. Here we go. I don't know how much.
Ah, sweet. Increased it with some rum. Some superior rum. So it's 3 parts rum, 1 part milk. I'm skipping through it because, well, it's a good video on it. It'll be a good video on it, so I'm going to watch him.
Oh, it's our last drink. Okay. Oh, wow. This is damn near unreadable. Table 42. They would like a Campari, half and half, on the rocks. Oh, that's weird. I think we know exactly how this is going to go from today's experiences so far. Half and half in Campari? Who would ever imagine such a thing? Who knows where this goes? Doesn't that look good? I didn't realize this. We're right back to our Negroni with milk, except that we've ditched the gin. So this will be probably much worse. Weirdly different. I could not have imagined that. There's a very, very strong peanuts flavor extremely strong. Wait, am I crazy? I'm not crazy at all. That tastes like fucking peanuts. Really strong. That's insane. That's like one of those weird drinks where if you put this and this together, like creme de cacao and orange juice, you're gonna get something exactly like a Tootsie Roll. This tastes so exactly like...
Huh. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. Neat. That was kind of filler. I wanted some filler. And to remind you just how much drinking is fun. Wednesday. We'll probably watch. We'll watch them back to back. We'll go to the Palestinian rally first, and then the Israeli rally. And we'll do that with Magicus with Mango. So I can't believe he's back. You know. All right. All right, everyone who hasn't been asking for it or pining for it because they probably already watched it. This is the Angelina Rosachu's Christmas play. This is the life and time of Jesus Christ. It's written and directed by Angelina Rosachu in a Christmas play she and a lot of other Chonachus and Rosachus enacted in December 7, 2005. I've gone back in time and personally met and talked with Jesus in Israel way back in the day with Magic Chan's help. That was a sentence I just said. Can we return to the incredibly intelligent Russell Greer, please? Oh my god, this is all going to be the same people, isn't it? The same person. What? It's all Sonichu and Rosachu play, not because of segregation, but due to volunteers sign up for the auditions being literally 85% local. What the fuck? Same for all song cast ever, a landmark and massive undertaking. Oh my god, what is going to be this madness? Tell us. Show us.
The Life and Times of Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
By Angelica Rosachu. Read by me, Mrs. Jesus Christine Weston Chandler, signed She Prime.
Miss... Read by
Jesus Christine Weston Chandler, signed She Prime.
Western Chandler, signed She Prime. Okay.
Since August 2000.
Wait, hold on. Is that their audio behind them, or is that in the actual video?
Had her past visions confirmed about
They got you can see through their hair.
And Magic Chan signed She Prime shortly after had taken Angelica Rosachu back in time to meet and talk with Jesus.
Jesus.
His death on the cross and resurrection. Angelica was inspired after returning to August 2005 to write and more accurate play of the life and times of Jesus to be debuted in December 2005. This ended up becoming an all Sonichu and Rosachu play, not because of segregation, but due to the volunteers who signed up for the auditions being literally around 85% being of the local Sonichus and Rosachus, including Sonichu Prime and Rosie Rosachu Prime themselves. And around 10 out of 15% of the volunteering humans auditioned for the role of Jesus. Also, the rounding down physical height allowed for better eye contact between the actors.
What?
The very first stage performance of an all Sonichu and Rosachu cast ever.
What?
A landmark and massive undertaking. After all the auditions in late October 2005 at Angelica's church, and without typecasting, for they all portrayed their auditions respectively.
No, I'm keeping this till Wednesday. I can't handle this on my own. A part of growing up is to admit when you would lose a fight if you got into it. And I have no idea how to process this on my own. I'm gonna need Mango's help. So I will start our evening with this. I would like, could you help me learn? Could you dissect this? Because I'm trying, but I've seemed to have hit a wall of my knowledge. And that's okay. It's okay that I don't know what the fuck is going on. Because I can learn. I'm gonna need a teacher. You know? Gonna need a teacher. I'm gonna go to something a little bit more grounded, so to speak. Ground meat, maybe? Nah. There's so much historical stuff. Why is Arch still here? I fucking unsubscribed from Arch ages ago. Wait, what?
It's around 11 AM on Monday, November 28th, 2022, and officers from the Avon and Somerset Police...
So yeah, on Wednesday with Mango Jones, I will go and I'll go and get a we'll start the night with that Chris Chan shit, and we'll just find out what the fuck that was.
On Wick Road in Wick, St. Lawrence. That's a village that sits just outside of Weston-super-Mare in the southwest of England. They're being called to the address due to receiving
Oh, so it's
has been ordering
not too far from Devon and the like.
Ammunition and has been ordering blank firing guns online. Now, for anyone wondering, it isn't illegal to own said items in the UK, but some blank firing guns can be converted into firearms that shoot live ammunition, and that's a major concern for police forces across the UK. So it isn't surprising that sometimes they turn up at people's doors asking questions. They don't do this with every purchase though. You see, certain transactions are flagged for whatever reason, and on November 28th, 2022, that's exactly what happened.
Okay. A literal cockerel crowed. Out in the countryside. Wonder if we're gonna get some hardcore Somerset accents going on. We get some hobbits.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you Reed? No. Does Reed live here? Yeah. Is he in? Yeah, he's in. Do you mind if we come in and have a chat with him? Is that alright?
They've distorted his voice.
Where is he? Where, sorry? He's in bed, is he? Is he your son? Yeah. Okay.
God, he sounds so old, the dad. Notice how he didn't have the warrant? Just came in anyway? Your face isn't blurred. That's always a bad sign. Oh my god. He's like a handsome guy that's getting fat. But then this cowlick and this onset of the mid-tier baldness that he's going to have to take care of. Yeah, that just Doom's it. He actually looks like someone I went to school with, like a college. Played Warhammer with.
Do you want to speak to us alone, or do you want to Dan?
I'll speak to you.
Okay, so basically we've had some information that at some point you've purchased some top venting guns. Yeah, have you still got those guns?
Oh, I've got one.
Yeah? Do you want to have a look? Just 1 second, Reed, just hold on a second. Just let us come with you, okay?
Oh shit.
Just hold on, Reed.
Wait. Whoa, look at the trash pile. Oh my god, he's a fucking hoarder. Hell yeah. He reminds me of that guy who was constantly threatening to kill the chief of police of his town, the sheriff of his town, and they just showed up and arrested him, and he was like getting dragged out. He was on like Reddit and shit. Like his ma was there in her fucking like nightgown. Like, don't. This day and age, if you're gonna talk all his those are PlayStation games over there. If you're going to go and talk shit online, you're going to risk something like this happen, especially when you're really talking shit. Not just sort of like, hey, I think we need a workers' revolution. Pretty abstract compared to, you see this politician? I'm gonna go to his house and redacted. At this redacted date. You know? People are gonna take that a little seriously.
It's down there somewhere.
Yeah?
Look, why would you buy a gun and then just toss it underneath all this shit?
Yeah, around there.
Oh, there it is.
That kettle? Oh my god. Just the sheer...
Where did you get the police body armor from?
Oh, I got that years ago.
Look at the water damage at the top corner there of his place. This looks like a big, nice room that he's just kind of pissed away. I'm so glad I decluttered my apartment. I'm not quite there yet, but I've really done a good job of it. Like I said before, my biggest problem is I just leave clothes on the ground. So that's one thing I've actually changed on my my personal list. But this guy's place is like, I don't think I've ever been this bad before. It's the plates and all the food stuff that really get me. Ugh.
Body armor.
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
I got it years ago, 2013.
Right,
okay. The adults from Peanuts.
No, but I'm just wondering. Yeah. Do you ever wear it outside?
No, I don't.
You just have it as like a memento, do you? Okay.
Memento?
Even if it's gone, have you got it? Someone assumes you're a police officer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
We're assuming you're police officers. No, actually, you're being pranked for MTV. Yeah, obviously. MTV? Fuck's sake, how old am I? You're being pranked for pranktv.org. Why do you have all this shit?
There's nothing illegal about it.
Illegal?
The reason I think it's suspicious is because we do get incidents where you get police officers pose, and you know, you get incidents where people pose as police officers and commit crime. Yeah. No, but also, the stuff, so you've got like the hand grenade with the bottom through it, yeah, and then we're looking around and there's bags of ball bearings.
Alright, so far this is weird, but why, how could he...
Because they're master keys, that's what a locksmith would have. And you know that, because when I said, you realise that I knew what they were. And then you've got like, all these different component parts for all these different guns. And you've already made that.
That was years ago, man. I wanted to get rid of that, and I forgot where I put that.
But there's all this stuff. That if I just walked into a house and just found it, I might be thinking, what's this person up to? But that's what I'm concerned about.
Loads of people probably got it as well. I can't be the only one, you know.
No,
Suspect turns on police. Oh yeah.
There's nothing actually illegal what I've done. I never harmed anyone. I never threatened anyone. I've been honest with you.
Apparently you did threaten. Like, how did someone know this?
Go beyond the realms of a consensual search process. We could potentially look at things. Well, we have. The terms and conditions has been made redacted and we suspect it being section 4.
When does he turn on them?
We've come to a premises following in-house fashion.
Trained mentor?
Got a toilet downstairs. Yeah.
Is he drinking a Red Bull?
Which one's the toilet, Reed?
Okay. So what's he like? I have to say, like, who called him and said that, hey, he's got a bunch of like weapons that could be turned into actual lethal weapons and a cop outfit? Was he saying shit online? Like, that's what I want to know, because I don't want to side with this guy. It's pretty fucking sus, and the guy's living like a fucking pig. But if he hasn't committed anything illegal, then it is really fucking suspicious, I will say that. When is he?
Wake up! Get back to work. Back on me, back on me. Discharge it. Yes. Make yourself known. Come to the door. Come to the door, man. Don't do so silly. Put down.
Holy shit, no. We didn't see Etten? Good. That's how it should be. Well, that fucking escalated, didn't it? Holy shit. So he had like an actual gun and he was gonna turn on the...
Body cam footage that 32-year-old Reed Wischusen was on edge during the interaction with police.
Reed Wischusen?
Didn't quite catch that. Take a look at this part of the body cam.
Have we got any OSTs on duty?
You could see it, their arm too. What? Well, do you think he was gonna kill them and then the cops would stop showing up? Like what?
Reed attempts to feel for the gun that's concealed within his jacket. If he had more time, then maybe, just maybe, he would have pulled it out at that point and aimed it towards officers. After a search of the house, police discovered that Reed had been in possession of police body armor, master keys, ammunition, firearms, and tools that could be used to modify guns to make them lethal. So the next step following this search would of course be a chat down the police station. However, as you've just witnessed, Reed asked to go to the restroom before leaving. Just moments after closing the restroom door, the sound of a gun cock is heard, followed by a single shot. The armed response units drew their weapons. They were ready for a potential shootout. Reed had opened fire on himself.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the bullet did make contact, but he survived. The bullet ended up being lodged behind his right ear. After he survived his own shot, he walked.
So, on the plus side, he would have been a terrible mass shooter because he couldn't even kill himself. Good thing our enemies are fucking dumb. It's true with fascists, it's true with serial killers. They're often fascists.
Out of the restroom and aimed his gun at officers, which forced them to open fire. He was hit 3 more times.
Yeah. And this is what he's seeing right now.
Down to earth and very shy, enjoy 80s and 90s songs, love old Resident Evil, Silent Hill soundtracks. This is how Reed described himself on Facebook. One look at his profile, that's partially public, shows a relatively normal person. In fact, most of the posts consist of Reed attempting to raise money for various charities.
Alright.
He's also spotted in the comment section on various Avon and Somerset police posts. He comments on different situations. Some people who just possess Class A for personal use usually get 1 to 3 years, give or take. But taking over someone's flat and dealing, it should have been a lot more, as he causes harm to others.
Oh
So
dear.
why did this little warehouse employee, a relatively normal person who sided with the law...
I'm sorry, mate, but with that speech impediment you got, don't try to, like, talk down to somebody, okay? This guy is worthy of being talked down to, but he looks like a coconut that's been mostly shaved, actually, right here. But, like, yeah.
On firearms officers on that day in November of 2022. Well, with what we know up until now, the evidence suggests that he was trying to dodge a potential lengthy prison sentence after being caught with converted blank firing weapons. But as the investigation started to develop, police took a deep dive into Reed's computer, and it was here, ladies and...
Oh, okay, but so he thought that, like, he was taking a dodge with a prison sentence by blowing out his own brains? And then getting shot?
Gentlemen, that something much darker was discovered. Revenge. Yes, revenge is on my mind. It's a powerful motivator. Be nice to get back at the people who caused me stress and worry over the years. It's been eating away at my brain like cancer. Yes,
There it
I'll
is.
start from primary school. The what boy? Yes, he grabbed hold of me and pinned me against the wall for no reason. I know partially who he is, plus chased me around the school. Soon I'll be chasing him down with a silenced pistol.
Silenced, that's not how silencers work, but
Where he speaks
he's a knife.
a murderous rampage.
Not that I'd support that.
Following his opening statement, Reed
Not that I'd support that, I really don't support that. Don't go on a vengeance spree of people who made fun of you in school. Or else 90% of the people I watch, even a few people who aren't lolcows, but they're actually like normal people, they just vanish because we all got bullied in school to varying degrees. And bullying is a subject term. Russell Greer probably wasn't bullied. He used to totally open his fucking mouth.
Out a hitman-style attack with a silenced handgun, targeting 10 people who have wronged him in the past. Those include old classmates who he said had bullied him, and the teachers who allowed it to happen, and Avon and Somerset police officers who had rejected his application for a firearms license on 2 separate occasions. For those of you
Yeah, you're not.
you can legally own a firearm in the UK, but it's a long process in order to get one. Various checks are made.
Good.
A dying family friend stayed with us for a year. He got me into clay shooting, and so I applied for a shotgun certificate. 2009, Firearms Inquiry Officer blank stated that I've got learning difficulties, childlike views of the world, that I'm unable to handle rejection, and obsess over it. 2010, Firearms Inquiry Officer blank said I was obsessed with the Firearms Act. You can't fucking win in this world. The document also showed that...
Seems like he learned his lesson. Because, my god, like, they were literally saying, the guy is not suitable to hold a gun. Oh, you're all just out to get me. I wish I had a gun.
Reed looked up to UK mass shooter Thomas Hamilton, the man who killed 18 people, mostly children, at the Dunblane Primary School. It's blank.
Barely remember that.
Twice. I'll show him. I've got his home address. I'm going to waste him. I'll let the other firearms inquiry officers go. Let them have survivor's guilt. It worked brilliant for Thomas Hamilton. The last morning before the Dunblane shootings, he moved next door to the scoutmaster who kicked him out. He was to give him a paper in the morning and wave him goodbye before the shootings took place.
Alright. These have still been very morbid as of late, so I'm going to move over to Daily Dose. Daily Dose and ordinary sausage. Wood that doesn't burn. Hell yeah.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This is what happens when you put a red hot ball of metal on top of bamboo.
Yep.
Not only does the bamboo not catch on fire, it seems to be hardly affected at all. This bear was captured after eating all the chickens on a
Hey, it's bears! And the bear was eating some finger-licking good chickies.
farm, and this is the first thing he does when they released him back in the wild.
Take a shit. Oh, my bear friends. Bear friend. Look at the almighty power of a bear. This motherfucker just devoured nearly 100 chickens. They let him go, and look what happens. How did it even know the camera was there? Oh my god! I don't think I've ever seen that before in a glass.
This kid tried sushi for the very first time.
Yeah, it's pretty great, isn't it?
Sip of me giant wine glass. Wow, it's so big. Can't even pick it up, it's so heavy. No, I'm just joking, guys. Although it is a very big glass.
That was good. That was good.
These houses in Montana got buried under some tumbleweeds.
Yeah, tumbleweeds are a fucking menace. Tumble menace.
Have you ever seen a horse that's equipped with turbo?
Ha 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 ha. Why was he stabbing his own leg, though? Seems counterproductive to his end goal.
This is why you should never trust a cat.
And she died. Kitty! Oh. No! No, Chunky Boy! Speaking of Chunky Boys. Wait, did a bird? Yeah, a bird just fucking pigeons. The world's dumbest planes. Never been in a small... That looks like fucking... Andrew from official podcast. Bugbees. Oh, fuck!
Alright, don't worry. Fly the plane. Fly the plane.
1,
Yep.
2, 3, jump.
Oh. No, that's a...
This is what the shadow of a tree looks like during a solar eclipse.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I'd like a room painted white with this effect on it and nothing else on the walls. And it's a bunch of throw pillows everywhere. You sit down and you just get high as fuck. With ice water. Like you have ice water and you have some weed. You just sit there. You just be.
Our neighbor called the cops on us for a rowdy pool party, and I'm gonna show you what the rowdy pool party is. This is the rowdy pool party.
Wow, that's some Karen energy right there from whoever sent the cops. Oh. Wop wop. Part of me was hoping it would bounce off the bus and that would fly back and then land on the land into the hoop. Yeah. I love those games for the that's the one you get for the cats, but the dog seems to be loving it too.
That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
Aw, Noodle Dog. Noodle Dog. Noodle Dog looks sad. I saw something there when I was looking. Karen Cam. Yeah. Drunk man tries to kiss officer during arrest. Hell yeah. Oh, but it's 25 minutes. I'll save that for next time. Yeah, we'll watch any good stuff. Only like happy, upbeat stuff. Or in the case of a sausage. Gotta do some sausage. Cherry pie sausage. Well, it's because the stream's gonna be wrapping up pretty soon now. It's nearly 3 hours. Get around to watching any Cobes. Watch this, and then I actually do have a Cobes thing, and it's short too. Oh yeah, yeah. Most pies tend to have a. Oh, it's ruined. It was.
It's like no longer a pie at this point. Oh, there's a cherry. This one, I have a good feeling, is gonna be at least a 4 out of 5. When it was summer, all I could think about was fall. And now that it's fall, all I can think about is Christmas. Anyone else suffer from this disease? I was at Walmart and they were already taking down their Halloween decorations to make room for Christmas.
Yeah, they were doing that up in it's not an American thing anymore. They're doing that up in Tesco's like last week. They said that they'll be taking them down pretty damn soon, the Halloween stuff. Ooh.
It looks like ground beef.
That's
Where does the cherry pie start and where does the ground pork begin? Oh, this made a whole lot more sausage stuffing than I thought it would. I don't think the perfect amount of casing kit's gonna make an appearance. And
wiggle.
Cherry pie sausage wouldn't be complete without a bother.
It's not even.
Some amount of salt and pepper. Tell me when. I'm just gonna keep going. My sausage math was way off on this one.
Yeah.
To carry the one. She's my cherry pie. Cool drink of water, such a sweet surprise.
Sweet sausage.
That's
cherry.
That's probably not. That's pork.
Yeah.
Pork water. In 3, 2, 1.
That's sausage. Do we have to? Whoa! Speed.
Right, now we're gonna find out just exactly how much I missed the mark on the casing.
Oh wow! He wastes so much food.
Oh my God, it's still going. Oh, that's so much.
No, that's like 2 more.
That's a lot of wastage. Well,
Yeah.
tell you what, if the sausage is good, we'll end up using this.
I wonder if it smells nice.
With special thanks to today's Mark Boxalo.
Just give it. This is a boy.
This guy! I do not look good bald. It's Mark. Alright, this is a good one. This one's up there with my all-time high favorites. This Will It Blow is brought to you by Helix Sleep. Most high-end
No, it.
dispensing options. 2 free. Will it blow?
No. Oh no. Kinda.
Just a little bit short. Yeah, I'm just gonna move the box just.
No.
I'm gonna have to give that Will It Blow half a Ruffalo.
Look how crusted it is.
Here we go.
Going big into the sound effects. No fire.
Oh, I just bursted the heck out of it. Getting it off of there was a whole lot more trickier than I imagined.
Gonna use gravity. Look at the shiny for Christ wings going on here.
Sausages. Let's open it up and see how we did.
Blah!
Gonna be
Oopie. Oh, it's also bready.
Here we go.
The spread.
It's not very good in the slightest. The pork and pie crust are not a good combo together. We may try this sausage again with just cherries, but
I think the cherry would be really nice.
not very good. I wouldn't serve this to anyone, so I'm gonna have to give this sausage here a 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
Bop, 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 bop.
Candy apples.
So good, make a grown man cry. Sweet cherry pie.
That was a song about vaginas. This is from King Cobra Animated.
For my birthday dinner, I went to Sanford's in Cheyenne. I walked into Sanford's and they were playing Blue Suede Shoes by Elvis Presley, and I couldn't resist singing along and showing off my skills in public.
Okay.
And then I had to demonstrate my
I like how his dad is like just a cardboard cutout.
power a little bit in public too. The burger I got at Sanford's was the Mushroom Monster Burger, and it had bacon on it. Oh, I'd actually spilt a little bit of ranch on my lap.
Not the first time something white came on my lap. Make that white stuff come out. I'll never stop thanking him for sharing that one for us.
Which got onto one of my wands.
No! And then for some reason, the wand, I kept on sucking on it. I don't know why. I'm not a sicko.
My wand was pointing at the burger when I wiped the ranch.
Was he like gooping? Was he like just like sticking his wand into the burger? Probably saying something like, "Turn into a hot goth girlfriend with big boobs." Meanwhile, the dad's just looking at him like, "Yeah, no, don't wear a condom. That's the type of life that I'm okay with living. Don't wear a condom at all, man. You have this guy as your kid now."
And lo and behold, the burger's sitting there. The top bun again moved on its own.
Really?
Comment, I better stop messing with my burger and eat it. And it was quite tasty indeed.
Oh my god, like it turned, he controlled the power of gravity or time, right? But his dad, all he focused on is don't play with your food. There's a lot to unpack there, but it's too late in the evening for us to break down the social dynamics of the Saunders household. Road Santa. We gotta watch one of these later on. And we'll also have a look at Walnut Grove.
Woo! Okay, that condom fucking reeks.
I got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants, god.
He's fucking channeling Pimp Monk, what the hell? He all says y'all got a tip, or I love black women, yes I do.
God damn it. Got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants,
God damn it.
Got sauce in my pants. Say got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants. I tell ya. Well, say I got pants.
Pants.
Say I got
Pants.
sauce. I got pants. You know I got sauce. Got sauce in my pants.
He is really obsessed with the Red Hots. Frank's Red Hots. Oh, by the way, when I was out in Limerick, I went to a bar restaurant when I was transferring my train, and I remember hearing this guy behind me when he was making his order. He asked for Frank's hot sauce, and he's very specific. He wanted Frank's hot sauce. He wouldn't have any other hot sauce on his burger. And then they're like, "We don't have Frank's hot sauce, mate, but you could just not have hot sauce on your burger." Like, they were very blunt with him. They were so nice to me, but for him, they were very blunt. That was a bit weird. He was also constantly, like, doing these obvious, like, every time one of his friends was talking. He was always slicking his hair back. He was very odd. He was very, very odd. Strange man, that. That's coming from me.
Sauce in my pants. You know I got sauce in my pants. Some of this
Pants.
sauce in my pants. Son of a bitch. Sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants. Say I got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got sauce in my pants, god damn it. Got some of this, got some of
of this, got some of this, got some of this sauce.
Move over, Mr. Fancy Pants. There's a new pants song. I like the timing. It's very glitchy. I approve of it. It's awesome. Rid of this. Do I end it here? I kind of want to eat some pasta and go to sleep. So, and I'm back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Been a really quiet one tonight. Hope you guys did have fun. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe it. I'll spread out the rage-inducing clips tomorrow. The urge to go. I mean, we have to check in on Cobb's making his mead. We have to. I saw Egghead posted something. I'll see that. Or look at EDP. The horror of EDP. Watch another Daily Dose. See that body cam footage of the dude who tried to kiss the cop? Yeah. Yeah. As for me, I've got some garlic butter pasta. I'm listening to the audiobook for The World of Ice and Fire. I'm nearly finished with that. I'll probably finish that tonight, between today and tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to watch Dial of Destiny, see what that's all about. I've got 3 films lined up. What are they? Dial of Destiny, that Mr. Sugar or whatever film, Roald Dahl film. I want to check that out. It's weird. Come on. Oh my god. Fine, you win. Yeah, and then there's the film with Brendan Fraser in the fat suit, but it's not The Whale. Something like The Killer or something like that. There's something killer. It's a big name. Big old name. Check out what these films are. Pants. Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny, Killer of the Flower Moon, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. I set myself 3 movies to watch, 3 to 5 movies to watch this week. I could watch them all in one day if I want. I could watch them all over the course of days. Probably thinking, well, how is this a goal? I am too hooked on YouTube. I need to diversify. Even when I'm listening to YouTube audiobooks and shit like that, that's great. Like, that's fantastic. But it should be a part of other things. I remember the last TV show I watched. I can't remember the last anime I watched. I can't remember the last audiobook I watched. I've actually got the Ahsoka book, Star Wars. I want to get into that. So I want to do that separate from YouTube. I'll still be mostly spending my media time on YouTube. It's just too convenient. I know people on it. I am on it. Like, share, subscribe. Give me money. But check out my Blue Sky. Give it a justification to exist. But yeah, like, I gotta start moving away more. Just, if anything, at least I've got more interesting things to talk about. And it allows me to break out of my comfort zone. if there's a big film, like I need to start watching some horror films. Tis the season and all that. Last horror film I saw was the new Hellraiser, and that was pretty good. I'm not big into like jump scares, or I'm not big into like existential dread or whatever, but I do like spectacle, and Hellraiser was hell of a good spectacle. Thought the woman playing the new Pinhead was pretty good. But yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow. We have still so much random shit to find, and I'm sure I'll find other stuff too. I gotta start remembering what stuff would be good with Mango, and what stuff would be good on my own. Like the body cam footage, for the most part, I can watch that on my own. The big long 25 minutes, 30-minute long videos, they're fine. But the on my own, but like the Chris Chan shit, she probably has a Shani video for me. We haven't checked in on Shani and Rev for obvious good reasons in a long while. Yeah. But of course, if you guys have any suggestions yourself, please go and join our Discord and go into the into the channel suggestions and toss me some ideas. Toss me some good old ideas so I can steal some content and claim it is mine. Also gonna go through all this list and get rid of the stuff I've already watched. Okay, well we gotta watch that when tomorrow. Definitely watch that. Definitely watch that. Yeah, like there's tons. I'm just going through like the list real quick here, and there's tons of stuff I've already watched. Yeah. If you're, like I said, if you're wondering about the gaming, that'll be back as soon as I get my hands on a second screen, whether that be my phone, or whether that be a second screen, which I will get that particular nugget on the week after next, the 8th. But yeah, that's me. I hope you guys had a fantastic time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I know it was a quiet one tonight, but A, I'm picking weird times to do it for an American audience. B, I'm never really that big anyway. C, I'm probably stepping on at least one other streamer's toes, bigger streamer than me. And D, it's because you were all bigoted towards people with disabilities. Yeah, you're all horrible people and should be ashamed of yourselves. I should get a pass. I should get at least 1 year's worth of a big streamer. Darkside Phil. All the money that Darkside Phil gets, you know, exact same amount I get at this point. He masturbated on camera. Right, well, that's it. I'm off to eat some pasta, go to sleep, and maybe even not masturbate on camera. We can only hope. You all take care, and remember, someone put Rich from Review Tech put that face onto a mug, and it is available for purchase.